gonna get through to the second stage with 10 seconds remaining. Just beating the klaxon. A brilliant, brilliant performance. Hello and welcome back to another tournament of Judo Ninja Warrior. It's our second tournament since we revived this competition back in the summer of last year, and well, last tournament we had some very impressive results. Many competitors managed to go up against this new and improved course and came out on top. Unfortunately, we weren't able to see anyone conquer the course last time, but you never know. Maybe this year will be the year that we'll see someone go on to defeat this magic castle of steel. Now, without further ado, I'd like to show to you the new obstacles that have been added to Stage 1 and all the modifications that have been made to the stage, so you can see what our new set of 100 competitors will be up against today. The first stage, which eliminated 84 of the 100 competitors to attempt it last tournament, has been modified with 2 brand new obstacles and modifications to other obstacles. The first obstacle that's brand new to the course is the third obstacle, the Lance Glider replacing the Pillars of Doom. Competitors will need to press the red buzzer, then jump onto the mat, which will slide down the track, and then they'll have to grab onto the truss. The truss will move down slowly, and they'll have to flick across to dismount. The other new obstacle is the wing nuts. Competitors will have to grab onto each wing nut and swing their body from side to side to leap onto the next. The second wing nut moves up and down, so not only is it a matter of precision, but also timing to navigate this devilishly difficult obstacle. No other obstacle on the first stage has been modified due to the brutality that it showed in the previous tournament, but with the inclusion of these 2 new obstacles, the time limit has been raised by 15 seconds. Will we see any more competitors, fresh faces, regulars or veterans beat the first stage? Let's find out. The first person to take on the course today is Rookie the Mad Dasher 52. As far as I'm aware, he's a regular in Roblox Ninja competitions. He's also appeared in Rising Ninja Warrior, but he's going to be the first person to take on the course today. Let's see how he'll handle Judo Ninja Warrior. Having a little dance before beginning. Clock's running down, buddy. Okay, onto the conveyor hill. Makes the first jump. Now for the dismount. Can he get it? No, he can't. And the Mad Dasher unfortunately goes out on the first obstacle. What a shame. Well, next up is Controller Obbyist Titchel04. Pretty well known in the Roblox Ninja community. He hosts his own competition, Titch Sasuke. Let's see if he'll be able to get past the first obstacle today on his second appearance on the course. And he can't. He overshoots the dismount and he is eliminated early. What a shame. Unfortunate. Well, next up on the course is, wow, it's Leon Kennedy from Resident Evil. What an honor. Except he seems to have a bit more in front of his username. Not quite sure what that means. Maybe some foreign language. In any case, let's see how Leon will do on the course. He will fail the first jump. I guess he's more used to fighting monsters than obstacles. Well, we'll move on quickly to British Obbyist and Puzzle Hunter Dovers. Our first pure-blooded obbyist to take on the course today. Definitely more versed in obbying than he is Roblox Ninja. Now, Doodlol is going to be our first person to take on the log grip, and he's going to be the first to clear it this tournament. He will take on the new obstacle. Oh dear, that was a shame. He regened the obstacle after clicking the button, which of course resets it, and he is out. What a shame. Well, next up to take on the course is Vintage Peachy, a good friend of Jammy Dorino, one of the staff on Juden Ninja Warrior, making her first appearance on the course. Let's see if she can reach the 4th obstacle, the jumping spider. It's her first appearance, so you never know how she's going to do. Doesn't seem to have realized time has started yet, but she's off. And she makes the first jump on the conveyor hill, preparing for the dismount. Can she get it? Yes, she can! Onto the log grip. Just under 90 seconds remaining, going a little bit slowly. Might want to pick up the pace here, and she loses her grip. What a shame. That second drop just shook her off the log grip. Well, the next person to take on the course is regular Warrior 12524. In his last appearance on the course, he failed the first obstacle. Let's see if he can improve upon that and make it to the log grip this time around. Gets that first jump. Setting up for the dismount. Oh, unlucky. He fails the same way he did in Tournament 3, and Warrior has been eliminated. That's a shame. Well, next up, number 14, Woof Tamer. First time on the course. Can they? No, they can't. Forget what I was going to say. That's unfortunate. Next up, Kyle W2010. Might make you feel old, but this guy is 16 years old now. 2010 birthday, wow. It sure makes me feel old. Doesn't seem to have realized time has started. Drains 10 seconds there. You might want to pick up the pace on the conveyor hill. Going forwards. Looks a little uncomfortable. Can he make this dismount? Really doesn't seem to like this. Really wasting time here, but he's through. He's wasted about 30 seconds on that first obstacle. How is he going to handle the log grip? Gets that? No, he doesn't get that. And he loses his grip very quickly. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Next up on the course, number 16, E_Noob Pro. Another newcomer. Off he goes. Can he get that first jump? Yes, he can. Looks a lot more confident than Kyle. But no, he undershoots the dismount. He wasn't even close, actually. That is unfortunate. Next up, regular Orange Mouse 275. This is his second attempt on the course. In his first attempt, he was all cut from the main broadcast. He failed the first obstacle, the conveyor hill. Let's see if he can get his revenge. And he's off. Gets that first jump. That's an improvement on his last run. How about the dismounts? Yes, he can! First time taking on the log grip here. Opting to go around the back. That's a good strategy. No! Loses his grip on the second drop. And unfortunately, he will be eliminated. It was a good run, though. An improvement on his last. Well, next up, another regular, Gamer122B, also known as Galaxy. They tend to host their own comps, and they're also a regular on the Japanese competition, Isuke. I don't remember how they did on their last appearance. I want to say they failed the 4th obstacle. But hey, maybe they can do better this time. Are they going to be able to beat the Lance Glider? Ooh, regenning it there. And grabs the truss. Flicks around. Perfectly done. That's textbook. Onto the jumping spider now. Can they make this jump? Yes, they can! And they're between the walls now. Navigating through at a decent pace. Just over a minute remaining. Now for the downward section, and they get that. Very well done. And they're past the jumping spider. Wow. Onto the back half of stage 1. Onto the log jam. Can they make it onto the plank? It falls. Oh, what a save! What a great save. Incredible. I thought for sure they were doomed, but they've made it. Can they get up the wall in one? No, they can't. Will they make it on their second try? Yes, yes they will. They'll be the first person to take on the wingnuts. Now they're a Roblox Ninja oriented hobbyist, so this should be bread and butter for them. Can they get that second jump? Yes, they can. Just the dismount remaining. And they get it. Only one obstacle remaining, and they've got plenty of time. Just over 20 seconds left. Gets that first jump. Going sideways. Gets the second jump. And they're climbing up the rope. Oh, they slip, but can they make it? They're pulling themselves up the rope. Almost there. Just over 10 seconds left, and Galaxy is going to become the first person to clear Stage 1 of Judo Ninja Warrior 4 with just under 10 seconds remaining. An incredible run. What a save on the 5th obstacle. And they just about managed to get through. Let's take another look. They've managed to beat the Lance Glider perfectly. And look at that save. That is incredible. I have no idea how they did that. And they managed to pull themselves up the rope. And they'll be advancing to the 2nd stage. Amazing run. Our next competitor is number 19, the host of Toad Ninja Warrior. It's ToadFan99. His 2nd appearance on Judo Ninja Warrior. In his 1st appearance, he failed on the jumping spider, but he's an obbyist with great potential. Let's see if he'll be able to make it to the 2nd stage and follow Galaxy. On the conveyor hill now. This shouldn't pose any real problem for him, and it doesn't. Threw it nicely onto the log grip. Decent pace is going on the side. That's risky, but he hangs on. Now to the Lance Glider. Can he get through it? Yes, he can. Just got to get around the truss now. And that doesn't seem to serve him any issues, and he's onto the jumping spider. This is the obstacle that felled him in Tournament 3. Is he going to be able to get a new personal best? Well, he's up. Now he's got to get between the walls. Just over 1 minute remaining. Sticks that long jump. Now for the downward section. He's pow! No! What happened? I don't believe it. He just walked off. Genuinely just walks off. What? What even happened? Well, we got to move on quickly. On to number 20, HB Derby. Another rookie to this course. Seems to be running away, but I guess he's changed his mind. Maybe didn't realize that the timer started, but he's off. And he's made the first jump. Now for the descending part of the... Yes, he threw the conveyor hill. Nicely done. Now the log grip. Going on the side like Toad Fan. Will it work out? Yes, it will. 85 seconds left. Can he get through the Lance Glider? Onto the truss. Gets around the other side. No! Doesn't jump off. And he's eliminated by the Lance Glider. Unfortunate. That new obstacle is proving to be really deadly. Next up, Burning Dry Ice, an American hobbyist. Recently got his account unterminated. I'm very happy that he managed to recover his account. He had it terminated sometime after this aired. It's his 2nd appearance on the course. I believe in the 1st appearance in Tournament 3, he failed the Pillars of Doom. Obviously that obstacle has been replaced now, but maybe he'll be able to get a new personal best. Can he get through the log grip? Yes, he can. Flings off it. A little uncontrollable. Can he get through this obstacle now? No! He can't. He can't beat his personal best. He held jump on the truss and it bounced him off and he is out. Next person to take on the course is a regular of Judo Ninja Warrior. He's appeared 2 times before in the past. Maybe he'll be able to conquer this new obstacle and advance to the 2nd stage. It's V. Karakivitz, also known as Alex. He last appeared in Tournaments 1 and 2. In Tournament 2, he failed the warp wall. He did not return for Tournament 3, but he's back here to try and have another go at conquering Stage 1. Now, Karakivitz, very well versed with traditional hobbies as well as Roblox Ninja. He's reached Stage 2 in a couple majors in the past. He's been around in this community for a while. Now, can he beat the Lance Glider? We saw 2 people go out on this just now, but he gets through it very, very quickly. He was extremely comfortable with the obstacle there. And immediately onto the jumping spider. He's going very quickly. Wow, he's flying. Now for this downward section. Oh, that was close. He didn't quite fit in there, but he managed to recover. And he's already onto the back half. He's got over a minute remaining here. Now for the logjam. Can he get through? A little careful there now. This is the obstacle that blocks his path into Tournament 2. He's up it in 1. What an amazing pace. He's got just under a minute remaining. Can he get through the wing nuts? We've only seen 1 person attempt this and they failed it. They cleared it, rather. Can he get this second jump? Yes, he can. Now just the dismount remaining. Can he? No! Unbelievable. Just as he was preparing for the dismount on the wing nuts, he just got caught on the wall and lost his grip. That is a really unfortunate fail. Well, next up, number 29 is Obby Pro Let's Go 1v1, also known as Sam. He's a French hobbyist. Focuses mainly on tiered hobbies from what I'm aware of. His first appearance on Judo Ninja Warrior. Let's see how he'll handle these unconventional obstacles. Will he be able to make it to the second stage? Easily through the conveyor hill. Now, Sam is an hobbyist that's cleared, I believe, at least 2 tier 17s. But the log grip, the first moving obstacle, trips him up. He dismounted too early and missed the landing pad. Well, next up, number 30. I have absolutely no idea how to pronounce this, so I'm just going to call him Aaron, which is his nickname. Let's see if he can become the second clear of Judo Ninja Warrior. Decently sized crowd in the background there. On the log grip. Can he hang on? Yes, he can. Does better than Sem. Now for the Lance Glider, and he's not clicked the button. And he is out. Certainly an embarrassing way to fail. Well, next up is regular Ashlyn Zach 1719. Now this is someone who's managed to make it to stage 2 in a few majors, the most notable of which being Blue Ninja Warrior, although he has started 5 seconds late there. Hopefully that won't affect him. Oh, struggling to get up the upside of the conveyor hill, certainly draining the clock here. But he makes it through just about. Might want to pick up the pace though, on the log grip now. Hangs on, and dismounts nicely. Now for the Lance Glider. We just saw Aaron go out here. Oh, and he also fails to click the button. Certainly an embarrassing way to fail that. Not the way you want to go out. He also forgot. What a shame. Well, the next person's take on the course is regular Potato Man 1887. He's only recently started running a more Roblox Ninja Warrior comps. Now, in his last appearance, he went out on the conveyor hill, and it's an obstacle that he's struggled with immensely in his training for Judo Ninja Warrior 4. Perhaps he'll be able to best it this time. Gets the mount. Now for that lower section, it's the tricky part, and he undershoots it. And Potato Man once again felled by the first obstacle. And he laughs at himself. Well, next up is his brother. It's Gabezilla 108. This is Potato Man's younger brother, I believe. Running immediately after him, and he fails the mount. Well, like one, like another, I guess. Next up on the course is Blocky Yes Bubble No 2. It's his third appearance on the first stage. He's never been able to clear. Perhaps today is the day he makes it to the second stage for the first time. And he's off. Manages to do better than Gabezilla. Can he do better than Potato Man? Yes, he can. Very nicely. Now onto the log grip. This is what took him out in Tournament 3. Ooh, almost slips off a few times, but hangs on just about. Now for the Lance Glider. Clicks the button, remembers to, unlike some other competitors. And Blocky is out. Oh dear. He tried an unconventional strategy there, but it didn't work out in his favor. And Blocky is eliminated once again. Well, next up is Matrix Star 6565. It's his first appearance on the course. He's an hobbyist who, I believe he's an administrator for one of the top server communities. So he's certainly got experience with top hobbying, and he handles the log grip very nicely. Now onto the Lance Glider. This is where we saw Blocky go out just now. Oh, almost loses his grip there. Barely hangs on, but he recovers nicely and he's through. Now onto the jumping spider. Runs straight onto it and undershoots it. Didn't get enough of a jump off the trumpet, and he wasn't able to wedge himself between the walls, and Matrix Star takes a dive. Well, next up is Glitchy Freeze's ult in his second appearance on Judo Ninja Warrior, more commonly known as Maurice. He's someone who hosts, I believe he hosts the Metal Mountain course, and he frequently shows up to comps, but never really does that well, and that won't change here either. Unlucky. Well, next up to take up the course is number 42, Comet Wave. He's a regular. I believe this is his second appearance on Judo Ninja Warrior. Hasn't managed to clear the first stage before. Perhaps this is going to be the tournament where he makes it to the second stage for the first time. There's only been one clear out of 41 runners. Certainly a lower clear rate than we had at this point in Tournament 3. Can he hang on to the log grip? No, he can't. And Comet Wave goes out early. Unlucky. Another tournament without success for him. Next up on the course, number 49, is a tiered hobbyist, hailing from South America. He's the strongest hobbyist competitor we'll see take on the course today. He's beaten multiple tier 17s. It's Vinny_WR. He's verified one of the top 10 hobbies fall and beaten multiple other tier 17s. His purist skill is off the charts. He is one of the best hobbyists in the world, and his skill continues to grow constantly. Now Vinny, this is his first time taking on a Ninja Warrior course, so he's going to be inexperienced with some of the more unique obstacles that you find on these courses, but I should expect that pure skill will be able to assist him in getting far. Let's see how he'll do. Easily through Conveyor Hill. Time for the log grip, going on the side. It's a risky strategy, but he hangs on just about. Almost didn't stick the landing mats. I shouldn't expect him to struggle with this purest obstacle, and he doesn't. 75 seconds left as he attempts the jumping spider. Now onto the ascending portion of the obstacle. These are all pretty basic long jumps. You'd expect him to not struggle here. And he's navigating the obstacle very well. 1 minute remaining. He's good on time. And he's through the jumping spider. Very nicely done. Now onto the log jam. Time for the second log. Nicely done. Very smooth. Can he get up the warp wall in one? Yes, he can. 2 obstacles left. Now this is the wing nuts. It's a swing obstacle. He suddenly won't be used to it. Is he going to be able to pass it? No. No, he can't. And Vinny, unfortunately, wasn't able to get enough swing and fails that jump to the second wing nut. And Vinny goes out. Let's take another look at that, I think. That'll be a good idea. You can see he has the basics of the swing sorted out, but he doesn't get enough momentum, doesn't get enough height to make it to that second wing nut. And it's an early bath. Well, next up on the course, number 50, DFW Hank. Another tiered hobbyist. Not quite as skilled as Vinny, but he's got experience on this course. Now, Hank has been quite regular in showing up to the mini competitions that have happened in the last few weeks before taping this. In Tournament 3, he went out on the third obstacle, the Pillars of Doom, which he was visibly quite upset about. Let's see if he's going to be able to clear on his second attempt. Time for the new third obstacle. Can he get through it? Very quickly, very nicely. He's going at a tremendously fast pace here onto the jumping spider. Using an unusual technique, but it pays off. Manages to get into the obstacle. And he's flying through it. This is a great pace so far. Navigating this tricky downwards. Ooh, bit of lag there. Doesn't seem to be affecting him. He's okay. Now onto the logjam. Through that very nicely. Gets that bounce how you're meant to. Now for the warp wall. Can he get up in one? Yes, yes he can. Now we just saw Vinny go out here on the wing nuts. Can Hank pass them? Can he make that first jump? Yes, he can! Now for the second jump. It's a bit easier than the first, but can he make it? Taking an extra swing. And he sticks it! Just the dismount remaining. He's got time to clear here. Taking extra swings. Ooh! He almost undershot it, but he's through. Now onto the stairway to heaven. One obstacle remaining. Gets that second jump. One more jump left. And he gets it! Just got to grab onto the rope. And he does! And he's just got to pull himself up. Ooh! Struggling to get up the rope here. Just under 10 seconds remaining. Got to pull himself up the rope. But Hank, he's got time left to clear. And DFW Hank is going to be the second clear of the day. And he is elated to be clearing the first stage. He is overjoyed. That was an excellent, excellent performance from Hank. Let's take another look. He got through that log grip very easily. The purest obstacles gave him no struggle at all. And the wing nuts, which we've seen take out so many hobbyists, he handled them perfectly. Didn't rush, didn't go too slow. Excellent run. Next up on the course, number 51, Tom Gowie. Also known as Goward, he's pretty active in the Wipeout community and also hosts his own fledgling competition. Let's see if he's going to be able to join Hank, make it to the second stage. Unfortunately, we saw a streaker there get sniped out of existence. Anyway, Gowie begins his attempt on the first stage. Taking a second before going for the dismount, and he gets it. Now for the lock grip, going on the side. It's risky, very risky, but it pays off. How will he handle the lance glider? Gets onto the truss. Just got to make his way around, having a bit of a struggle here. Oh, slips a little bit. Got to get around. It's getting really low. Can he make it? Is it too low? No, he just makes it. Perfect. Now onto the jumping spider. 1 minute, 10 seconds remaining. Gets inside it. Just got to navigate his way through the walls now. Doesn't want to slip up on any of the jumps here. And oh no! He walks off. That is an unfortunate fail. He was doing really well on the jumping spider, but he just slipped off on the lower section of the obstacle. Next up on the course is regular Finn Z158. In his last appearance on the course, he went out midway through the first stage. He's been training, hoping to get back and beat the first stage, avenge his past failures. Let's see if he can make this second appearance count. Now Finn is a tester for Akali the Assassin's competitions, I believe. Pretty frequently helps out over there. Recently got into the Roblox Ninja community. He's passed the first two obstacles. Now for the Lance Glider. And he grabs on. Just gotta flick around that truss now. And he's through it. Nicely done, nicely done. On a decent pace. Now for the Jumping Spider. We've seen a lot of people go out here. Finn will not be one of them. Speeding through the upward section of this obstacle. Looks pretty composed so far. Near the end of the Jumping Spider now, and he's through it. Real nice. Onto the logjam now. 4 obstacles remaining. Can he get that transfer? Yes, he can. Now for the warp wall. Getting a big run up. Can he get up in 1? No, just falls short. Has to run back. But he's got time as long as he makes up the second time, and he does. Now onto the wing nuts. Building up momentum. That second wing nut's moving up. He might want to wait. He doesn't, and he undershoots the jump. Mistimed his fling to the second wing nut and went sideways as well. Wasn't able to grab onto that platform. It was a decent run. Well, next up, number 57, Juan Carlos WA. I believe this is a hobbyist from South America, I want to say. Either Spain or South America. Now, Carlos, another pretty frequent JTO competitor. I believe, again, this is his first time taking on a Roblox Ninja course. Let's see if he'll do any better than Finn. He doesn't have experience with this course, so... Ooh, a little shaky on the lock grip, but he gets through. Now for the Lance Glider. Getting around that truss nicely. And he's passed it. That obstacle's taken out its fair share of people, but not Carlos. Now for the Jumping Spider. And he's up. Just got to get between the walls now. Gets that big long jump. Real nice. That's the tricky jump. And navigating the downward section real nicely. Can he get through the obstacle? Yes, he can. 1 minute remaining as he approaches the back half of the stage. Now for this balance obstacle. Can he get through it? Yes, very nice. Now for the warp wall. Can he get up on his first try? Yes, he can. Now, we just saw Finn go out here on the wing nuts. Oh, gets that first jump. Didn't look like he had enough swing, but he made it. Now for the second jump. And he gets that too, just about. He was very close to failing a few times there, but he's almost through the wing nuts now. And he's passed it. 1 obstacle remaining, and he's got plenty of time. More than 20 seconds left. Can he get the jump to that second? Yes, he can. 1 more big jump remaining. Setting it up, and he gets it. Just got to leap to the rope now. And he's on. Just got to pull himself up. Plenty of time in the bag as long as he doesn't make a silly mistake now. Klaxon sounds, but he's got time. And Carlos is going to clear the first stage. He's going to join Hank and Galaxy in the second stage. The third person and the first rookie. The first newcomer to make it through the first stage. Excellent run. We've seen more than half the course take on stage 1. And we've seen very little success. Can this next competitor, Norxiety1, continue the streak of success, the recent success we've seen with Hank and Carlos, and bolster the clear count? Right now, it's certainly below where it was in Judo Ninja Warrior 3. And he's off. We haven't seen anyone fail the conveyor hill in a while, and Norxiety won't either. Now for the log grip, going on the backside. That's the way you're meant to do it! He almost slipped off, but managed to hang on. Now for the Lance Glider. Grabs onto the truss, very nice. Just the dismount remaining, and he gets it. Very nice, very nice. Now for the Jumping Spider. Taking a moment to get a feel for the jump power that the trampoline gives him. Setting it up. He's burning time here. Seems a little uncomfortable. He's wasted about 10 seconds, but he gets up. And no! All that time to get into the obstacle just to fail the first section of it, and Norxiety, unfortunately, is eliminated at the first stage. Next up on the course is another rookie. It's Ices. I don't really know too much about this guy, to be honest. As far as I'm aware, he's pretty frequent in the general Obbian community, not that active in the Roblox Ninja Warrior community. You can probably pen this down as his first competition as well. But he's through the first two obstacles. The log grip, it's an obstacle that tends to give competitors who aren't... Oh no! What happened? He went to turn around the truss and just didn't get around it and shift locked off. Well, number 60, a good friend of mine and regular on Judo Ninja Warrior, it's Bowling Ninja. This is his third time taking on stage 1, but he's never been able to clear the first stage. Will today be the day that he breaks that unlucky streak and makes it to the second stage? Well, Bowling, he's shown an admirable amount of success in competitions. He hasn't managed to clear a major in some time, but he did make it to the final stage. I believe he actually Kanzened in Shin Sasuke. So that's a merit to his name, and he's going at a great pace. Now, I believe in the previous one he failed the jumping spider. I'm not quite certain. It was either the Pillars of Doom or the jumping spider that he failed. So he's already getting through the obstacles that gave him grief in Tournament 3. Going at a very, very sweet pace. Now, Bowling is someone who's been playing competitive obbying for going towards a decade and a half now. I believe he started competitively playing obbies in 2013. Onto the warp wall now. 50 seconds remaining, gets up, first try. Now for the wing nuts. Should be a lot more adept at these given his Roblox Ninja history. He's on to the second one. Gotta make a big jump to the third wing nut here. Can he make it? Building up swing, and he gets it! Just the dismount remaining. The clock's ticking, but he's got time as long as he doesn't slow down. Now for the last obstacle. Can he get that first jump? Going sideways! And Bowling comes up just short of clearing the first stage. He's the first person we've seen go out on the final obstacle of stage 1 this tournament. A really unlucky fail after a great performance overall. You can see he just jumps a tiny bit too early, doesn't try to climb the corner and gets bounced off, and Bowling is out. Next up on the course, sporting a cosplay of Chris from Deltarune, is Slayer 44404. Another person who came to this competition through JTOH. Let's see if he can do one better than Bowling. Ooh, barely lands the conveyor hill. We're going to skip it forward to the jumping spider here. Still a pretty decent time on the clock. Just over 60 seconds. Navigating the jumping spider well. Just got to get through these last few jumps. And they do, very nice. A little low on time, but they should be okay as long as they keep a decent pace going. Now for the log jam. Are they going to be able to get through it? Just about. They were a little close to failing there. Now for the warp wall. Taking a moment to run up. Are they going to get it? Not on the first try. Doesn't seem to be aware that they can regen it. Cost them a few seconds there. Going back for a second attempt. They don't get up it on the second try. They're burning time here. They're running low. They really need to get up it this time. But they don't. I don't know if they're going to have enough time to clear the first stage here. No! They've just lost their energy. They keep failing to get up the wall. And they don't, and the klaxon's sounding. Can they at least make it up the warp wall? Yes, they can! But it's too little, too late. And they're going to run out of time on the wing nuts. Unfortunate fail there. They had a good run going, but they got completely caught up at the warp wall and couldn't get up. Nearly 2/3 of the way through the pack of contenders, and we've seen only 3 clears. The next competitor to take on the course, K-Fly 100. He's a veteran of multiple major competitions. In his last appearance on the course, he went out surprisingly early. Let's see if he can make up for his past failures and clear the first stage of Judo Ninja Warrior for the first time today. Well, K-Fly, pretty renowned competitor in Roblox Ninja in general, probably a top 20 competitor in the Roblox Ninja Warrior community. He's made stage 3. Ooh, that was mighty close there. He almost fell off the lock grip. But he's made it to stage 3 in Yasuke, Blue Ninja Warrior, among other competitions. Now let's see how he'll handle the jumping spider. Gets through it real nice. Very smooth. Making his way through. Now for the downward section. He's good on time. Ooh, almost slips off there, but he's through it just about. Had a few scares on this run so far, but he's onto the back half. 1 minute left. And he's through the logjam. Now for the warp wall. Can he get up in one try? Yes, he can. Onto the wing nuts. This will be bread and butter for him. I don't expect him to fail this. Onto the second wing nuts. Preparing to make that jump to the third wing nuts. Taking an extra swing for insurance. And he gets it. Just the dismount remaining now. Can he make it stick? Yes, yes he can. Just 30 seconds remaining. Gets that first jump. Can he get the second jump? Gets it. Just got to grab onto the rope and haul himself up. Over 20 seconds remaining as he pulls himself up the rope. And K-Fly 100 is going to clear the first stage with 16 seconds remaining. The fastest time we've seen today. That was a terrific run. He's going to join the 3 other competitors who made it to stage 2 so far. It's going to be his first trip to the second stage. You can see his friends back there celebrating with him. You know, I've got to say, despite a few early scares, maybe on the log grip and the jumping spider, he powered through, and he deserves his place in the second stage. Well, we've seen tremendous effort from K-Fly 100. But we've still got a lot of strong competitors left to go. And they all dream of reaching the top of that tower and earning 25,000 Robux. Next up, a staff member of Judo Ninja Warrior, a good friend of mine, Jackie Fuzz, an owner of True Pace, the Roblox Obby speedrun competition. He's attempted this once before, and he went out surprisingly early. Unfortunately, he didn't manage to get very far at all. But he's an extremely prominent and successful Roblox Obby comp runner. Probably in the top 10 in his regard. He's not particularly experienced with Roblox Ninja Warrior, but the 2 genres of obbying share a lot of similarities, a lot of connections, and a shared history. So let's see if Jackie Fuzz can make it to the second stage on his second appearance on Judo Ninja Warrior. Through the conveyor hill very nicely. Now for the log grip. Now, I know Jackie's been practicing a great deal to prepare for Tournament 4. He's put in a lot of hours of training. He said his training's reached a whole new level. Easily through the lance glider, no problem there. Wouldn't expect him to struggle on these purest obstacles very much. Ooh, gets onto the jumping spider. Used an unconventional technique, luckily didn't get sloped. And he's speeding through. He's going at a terrific pace. And he's going to exit the jumping spider with more than 60 seconds left. Onto the back half now. Can he get through the logjam? Yes, he can. Very good. Now for the warp wall. Gets a big run up. And gets up in one try. He's good on pace here, good on time. Now for the wing nuts though. Difficult obstacle. Gets the first one. We've seen a lot of obvious struggle here. Can he get the second one? Preparing for that jump. And he gets it! Just the dismount remaining. 30 seconds left. He's got time. Bit of lag there, but he's through. One obstacle remaining. Setting up that first jump. Doesn't want to make a mistake here. Gets it! One more difficult jump remaining. Taking his time. And he gets that too! He's got plenty of time left if he can just pull himself up this rope. Klaxon's going to start sounding, but Jackie is in the clear, and Jackie is going to make it back-to-back stage 1 clears. He's going to advance to the second stage with 6 seconds remaining. Immediately following K-Fly's success, Jackie rides the wave, and it's going to be his first time in Stage 2. Next up on the course, number 66 NWDY, an obbyist from Australia, their first appearance on Judo Ninja Warrior. I don't know too much about them, to be honest. They've beaten a couple towers of catastrophic difficulty, so they certainly have purist skill to back themselves up. Let's see how they'll handle these unusual obstacles. Through the conveyor hill. No issues there. Hanging onto the lock grip, nice and tight. That was very good. Now for the lance glider. Can they grab onto that truss? Yes, they can. Flicking around to the back side and they're off. Good form. Now for the jumping spider. We've seen a few people go out here, but Nudie will not be one of them. Nudie? NWDY? New Day? Don't really know how to pronounce that name. Getting through the jumping spider. Nice and smooth. No issues so far on their run. They're a little low on time, but as long as they keep up a good pace, they should be okay. Now onto the lock grip. And they're through it. Very nice. We saw that take out a lot of competitors in Tournament 3, but people seem to have figured out how it works. And they're up the wall in one as well. 40 seconds remaining for 2 obstacles, but we've seen this take out a lot of people. And they get it! Get that first one. Now for the second jump. Taking a few extra swings for insurance. And they get it. They might want to speed up a bit though, the clock's running. 20 seconds left for this last obstacle. Are they going to be able to make it in time? 15 seconds. They gotta speed up, they gotta be fast here. They're low on time. Are they going to make it? Gets the second jump. 10 seconds left. They've got time, but they've got to pull themselves up this rope fast. Come on, New Day. Can they make it? 4 seconds, 3, 2 seconds, 1 second remaining, and they're going to make it. They've made it with 1.5 seconds remaining. They barely make it through to the second stage. Goodness gracious me. That was extremely close. That was very well done. You can see we have a mixture of regulars, newcomers, and Stage 2 veterans still to run this course. But next up is Rich_Z, formerly known as Rich Squigs, regarded as a top 5 mobile lobbyist in the Roblox Ninja community. Let's see how he'll do on the course today. Last time, he failed the final obstacle of Stage 1. He timed out just before reaching the buzzer. He's going to want to avenge that and make it through to the second stage. Now Rich is a competitor with a lot of potential. He barely missed out on the second stage last tournament. He's going to want to avenge that. Through the first 3 obstacles at a terrific pace. He's going much faster than he did in Tournament 3. Wow, he is flying! What a pace through the jumping spider! He's throwing caution to the wind here. This is the fastest time we've seen by some margin. Over 60 seconds remaining. As he approaches the wood wall, can he get this jump? Yes, he can. He's flying. Will he get up the wall in one? Yes, he will. This is an incredible time. No hesitation from Rich. Over 50 seconds remaining. We could see him get above 20 seconds if he can just get through these 2 obstacles. No! I don't believe it. I don't believe it. He barely undershot that second transition. And Rich Squigs goes out late in Stage 1 for the second tournament in a row. Let's just see what happened. He had such a blistering pace all the way through the first stage, but he just barely undershot. Well, next up, number 68, RKVRP. Gotta move on from that devastating fail. Now RK is a generic hobbyist, tower hobbyist I suppose you could call him. First time taking on Judo Ninja Warrior. We haven't seen anyone go out early in quite some time, but he's taking a risky strategy on the log grip. It's gonna pay off for him though. Now for the lance glider. Grabs onto the truss. Maneuvering his way around. And he's past it, going at a much more cautious pace than we saw Rich go at. Now for the jumping spider. Ooh, that's a risky strategy. Not quite sure. Oh, it works! I didn't expect that to pay off. Just over 1 minute. Just under 1 minute, rather. He has time, but he's going a bit slowly. He might want to... Oh! Unlucky. That was an unfortunate fail. He barely undershot that last jump on the jumping spider and meets an early end. Next up, number 69, Restart 128. Pretty well-known JTOH player. Fairly active in the community from what I'm aware of, and has his own somewhat sizable YouTube channel. Again, this is his first time taking on Judo Ninja Warrior. From what I'm aware of, I believe this guy was pretty close friends with Logan ISL, who you might remember made it to stage 2 in Sasuke Roblox 4 way back in 2020. Seemed to have distanced himself from Roblox Ninja in the years passing, which was a shame because he was a competitor with a lot of potential, but that's not who we're here to watch. We're here to watch Restart, and he's going at a decent pace. And oh! He undershoots the jump to the jumping spider. That's a shame. Unfortunate early end for him. He was doing well as well. As the sun begins to set, only 30 more competitors, 40 more competitors rather, are here to take on the first stage. No, it is 30, I am correct. What am I saying? Yeah. Anyway, next up, Violite 9. Now, I originally got this guy confused with a different guy with a very similar username who happens to have a very large YouTube channel. But it turns out this guy is just your pretty regular obvious with a decent set of skills. A couple catastrophic towers beaten. Maybe he'll be able to join K-Fly, Jackie, and New Day in this concurrent set of obvious making it to the second stage. Through the first 3 obstacles without a great deal of issues. And he grabs onto the jumping spider further than Restart. Decent pace so far. Not rushing any of these jumps, but not slowing down too much either. Just under 1 minute left as he's through the jumping spider. Bit laggy though. Very laggy. Onto the log grip. Across that first log. Now for the second one. Taking his time to align. He can afford to take a bit of time here. He's through it. Nice. 40 seconds left. Gonna want to get up the warp wall first try. Taking a few seconds to breathe there. Oh. Seemed to have backed out. And he's gonna have to run back for a second try. Oh no, he's up. I don't know what happened there. Under 30 seconds left. He's taking another break. The clock's running. The clock's running down. Wasted 10 seconds there. And I think the 10 seconds he's just wasted has probably cost him his chance of making it to the second stage. And he's going at such a slow pace as well. 10 seconds left. He just stopped randomly for so long. And he seems to have already given up on making it to the second stage. And that is time out for Violite 9. Unfortunate way to fail. I don't even know why he stopped. He must have... I don't know what happened, but unfortunately he's out. We've seen 70 of the 100 competitors attempt the first stage, and we are still on a lower number of clears than we were before, but here is our first veteran of Judo Ninja Warrior to take on the course today, number 71, the Light Defender, hailing from Poland. He made his debut in Tournament 3, where he was one of 16 to make it to the second stage in that tournament. An excellent performance from him to make it to the second stage on his debut, albeit most of the debutants were clearers in that tournament. He made it some ways through the second stage before being eliminated. He's going to hope to keep up that decent form and make it 2 clears in a row here. Well, Ufi here, he has a lot of experience with this course, having cleared it already, so he's going to know the first 2 obstacles very well, which he gets through them quite nicely. Now for the third obstacle. This is going to be the first one he hasn't faced yet. Wow, easily through that. Good form. Now onto the jumping spider. Using the same strategy that he used in the previous tournament. It does burn through time though. And he gets it. Ooh, almost messed up that first jump there, but he's okay. Opting to climb all of these platforms instead of going sideways. And he's made up for lost time by going at a decent pace. Although he's going to want to hope to get up the warp wall first try, assuming he makes it through the logjam. Which he does. 45 seconds left. Can he get up the warp wall first try? Yes, he can! Good pace now. Now for the wingnuts. And no! He undershoots that first jump, and Ufi is taken out by the new obstacle on the first stage, which has eliminated so many this tournament. Complaining that that obstacle is easily the hardest on stage 1. Next up, Big Fish 2007, also known as Waffle Fox. I believe he's also known as Dr. Furry, although that may be a different person. I'm still not quite sure. He's pretty active in Roblox Ninja, but this is his first time taking on Judo Ninja Warrior. Let's see how he's going to handle the first stage here. I believe Waffle Fox is from Asia, although I'm not quite sure where exactly. Now, he's pretty experienced with the Roblox Ninja, but these obstacles are all going to be unfamiliar to him. We'll see if that affects him. We've already seen 3 newcomers clear the stage out of the 6 people to clear so far. And oh! The truss on the Lance Glider trips him up. He had a weird way of going through it, but it did not work out for him, and he is eliminated early on. Next up, Ness Ninja 5. One of the few competitors to have a perfect attendance record, meaning he's appeared in all 4 tournaments of Judo Ninja Warrior. Now, albeit he did run on an account that was not Ness Ninja in the first tournament of Judo Ninja Warrior, but he has run on all 4 competitions. He's never been able to clear the first stage, though. Let's see if he can change that today. It would be pretty nice to have someone with a perfect attendance record make it to the second stage, although he's not the greatest competitor ever. And oh no! He was getting around the truss and just lost his grip as he was moving down, and Ness goes out for the 4th tournament in a row on the first stage. Better luck next time. Next up, number 74, another newcomer, Lex Zale. This guy is someone from the Top Towers community who showed interest in competing along with a few others. His first time on the course, but I know he's put in a great deal of practice. I remember seeing him practicing a great amount of time on the wingnuts. Hopefully that'll pay off and he'll be able to make it to the second stage. He's through the first 2 obstacles without too much issue. And he's through the 3rd obstacle. Very nice pace so far. Onto the jumping spider. Utilizing the same strat that Ufi used. Oh, and he undershoots it. He just lost his momentum from the strategy he was using, and unfortunately for him, takes an early bath. In the mud he goes. Up next, number 75, Roblox Polish Player 4. This guy is a paragon of both the tiered obby and Roblox Ninja communities. He's been around for a very, very long time. His 2nd time taking on Judo Ninja Warrior today. Let's see if he can make it to the second stage! And he fails the first obstacle. Unbelievable! We haven't seen someone fail that in a long time. But I guess he just underestimated how far the jump was. He was nowhere near to landing it. We've seen a great deal of veterans, regulars, and newcomers take on Judo Ninja Warrior today, but our next competitor is someone who is highly, highly regarded in the Roblox Ninja community. It's Tons, also known as PooLover12345. This guy is someone who's been on a rise the last year, a constant rise, I should say. He's been clearing major after major after not standing out too much in the community for a while. First, he started with Alpha Ninja Warrior, then Blue Ninja Warrior, and even now he's showing his skills in 1v1 league competitions. Now, in his first appearance on Judo Ninja Warrior, my memory fails to serve me, but he did fail the first stage. I'm sure he'll be hoping to make it to stage 2 for the first time. Through the Lance Glider. No issues so far. Now, Tons, as you might guess from his nickname, is a blend of Roblox Ninja and Jato. He's beaten multiple terrifying towers. I don't actually think he's beaten Tons, his namesake, although I'm sure he will eventually. Through the jumping spider, almost slipped up there, but he's getting through. 55 seconds remaining as he approaches the back half, more than enough time to clear as long as he keeps a good pace. And he's through the logjam. Now for the warp wall. Up it in one. Excellent stuff. Now for the wing nuts. Shouldn't be too difficult for him. Gets a bunch of heights. And he's cameraman having a bit of issues there, but he's made it to the second wing nuts. Just the dismount remaining, and he's got it perfectly. Flings himself to the dismounts. Over 20 seconds left for this last obstacle. He's not short on time. Just gotta make these jumps stick. Setting it up. Can he get it? Yes, he can! Just the jump to the rope, and he gets it. 10 seconds remaining. Pulling himself up the rope. Hand over hand. Jump after jump. And Tons is gonna make it to the second stage for the first time in his Judo Ninja Warrior career with 3 seconds remaining. It was a very good run. He certainly cut it close, but you can't really fault any part of his run. It was flawless from start to finish. He went at a decent pace, didn't seem close to failing any particular obstacle. It was very much an excellent display of the skills he's gained over the last year or so. Well played, Tons. Excellent work from him. Next up on the course, we have a legend of the tiered obbying community. Please welcome... I'm not pronouncing that, we're just going to call him Slad. Bulgarian tiered obby builder. He was around in the very early days of creating tiered obbies, which was the birthplace of modern top-tier Roblox obbying way back in 2018. We will see if he's going to be able to convert that skill into Roblox Ninja from one old community to another. Slad preparing to begin his run. And off he goes. You can see him sporting his Dragon Ball insignia on the back of his shirt. Can he handle this first obstacle? Yes, he can. Very cool, calm, and collected. A little bit of a slow pace, but should serve him okay as long as he doesn't slow down too much. On to this third obstacle now. And he grabs onto the truss. Flicks his way around. And he's through. Well played. Now onto the jumping spider. And he grabs on. Excellent work. And he's between the walls now. Navigating his way through. These long jumps shouldn't serve him a great deal of trouble. And he's making his way through, slowly but surely. Might want to pick up the pace just a little bit. He is certainly using up his clock. Now onto the logjam. 45 seconds remaining. And he's through it. Now onto the warp wall. Needs to get up it in one, ideally. But he doesn't. He's turned back. He'll have to have a go again. That clock is running dangerously low, but he's up it in 2. 30 seconds left. He's going to have to motor. This is not an ideal pace on the wing nuts. He's draining time here. Can he make it? No, he can't. And Slad, unfortunately, falls short on the wing nuts, low on time. But it was an admirable performance from him on his debut appearance on the course. Very, very much respectable from him. Next up, Korean horrific skill obbyist Azusa_IZ. Now, you may remember Ramp_0707, who appeared in Tournament 3 and made it to Stage 2. Unfortunately, they decided not to compete. They preferred to focus on grinding a tower they were playing, so instead we have Azusa to take on the course as the Korean representative. You may have noticed we had Japanese representatives previously in Banaso, as again Cheese VIP declined to attend, or rather was not able to attend. But Azusa is getting through at a decent pace. 80 seconds left as they approach the jumping spider, and they're off it. Now, we haven't seen too many people have issues with this in the last few runs. Most people who make it this far use that purist knowledge to get through, and Azusa is no different now. Just over 1 minute left. They have a good pace here. Very good pace. Can they get through the logjam? No, they can't. And Azusa wasn't able to get that bounce off the second log, and quite frankly was nowhere near close enough to reaching the plank. And they will fall. Well, we have the final sunset run before the sun goes down, the lights turn on, and everything becomes dark. It's someone you'll all be familiar with. It's a rising star in the Roblox Ninja community. Number 79 is Volneo, formerly known as A Thunderbird. Now Volneo, this is his second appearance on Judo Ninja Warrior. In his first appearance, he went out on the 5th obstacle, the logjam. But Volneo has shown great ability in majors in the last few months. At the time of this coming out, I believe most other results won't be public, so I shan't discuss them, but suffice to say, Volneo has had a real upturn in form in the last few months. Let's see if he can use this hot streak and make it to the second stage of Judo Ninja Warrior. Now Volneo plays on mobile, similar to Rich Squigs. Arguably a better player than him by some margin. Gotta work his way through the jumping spider here. Just over a minute remaining, and he's doing very well. 2 more jumps left. Now just the dismount, and he's through it. Now, here's the obstacle that bested him in Tournament 3. On that second log, and that was much better than last time. Now onto the warp wall. Can he get up it in one try? No, he can't. He's turned back, but he has time. As long as he doesn't panic, which he doesn't, and he gets up. Now the wingnuts. We saw this take out Slad. Will it take out Volneo? Gets onto that second one. And he's through onto the third wingnut. 1 more jump left to dismount. And he's through it. He looks on track to clear here. He's just got 1 obstacle remaining. Time in the bag. Gets that first jump. Setting up the second one. And he gets it. Just got to grab onto the rope now. And he's on. And he's just got to pull himself up. He's got time in the bag here. He's going to make it. Oh, what happened? No! I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Unbelievable. He was at the top of the rope. He was there. He was ready to clear. And he just lost his grip and plummeted from a great height into the water. Let's take another closer look. I think we all need to see another look. He was there. What happened? Oh, the rope swung back. He went into climbing animation and he lost his grip. Our first competitor after the sun is set is Andrew for Kids. His second appearance on the first stage. In his last appearance, he went out on the second to last obstacle of the first stage. He came very close to clearing the first stage. I'm sure he'll want to improve on that now. Andrew for Kids is a Polish hobbyist. He again is another tier 17 hobbyist like we saw with Vinny WR earlier, and we'll see with runners later as well. Handles the log grip just fine. Now this is an obstacle he won't be familiar with, but it's mostly purist based, so I can't see him struggling with it. And he's through it nicely, on good pace as well now. The next 3 obstacles he'll be completely familiar with, so I can't expect him to struggle. Making his way through the jumping spider. Handling these technical purist jumps really nicely. And he's passed it. Very good now. The logjam. Can he get through this balance obstacle? Onto the second log, setting it up. Can he get through? No, he can't. And Andrew goes out on the 5th obstacle of the first stage. That is unfortunate. Well, next up is PCZM1. He's a JTOH YouTuber with a large following. I believe he's one of the top 5 largest content creators when it comes to JTOH. He's also a catastrophic skill, obviously. He might be horrific skill, actually. I don't remember, but in any case, he certainly put in the hours to practicing for this course. Let's see how he'll handle the log grip, and he's through it just fine, just fine. Now the Lance Glider. Regens it a second time. And he's getting around the truss nicely. And he's through, real nice. That was pretty smooth from PCZM. Now, the Jumping Spider. Going sideways. Looks like he's going to do the climb strat. And he's up. Very nice. Taking a little slower of a pace than Andrew did, just wanting to make sure he doesn't lose his grip through this obstacle. We've seen it take out a lot of competitors today, but he is certainly burning the clock. Time is not on his side. He might want to pick up the pace here. Less than 50 seconds left. Alright, he's through it, but he's going to have to motor as he approaches the logjam. He's going to have to pick up the pace here. Can he get through it? He can't afford to waste time like this, but he is through. He needs to get up the wall in one here. Can he get up? Yes! Now onto the wing nuts. 30 seconds remaining. No, this isn't the pace he needs. He's taking far too much time. He seems to be struggling to build up swing in the first place. Come on, 15 seconds left. He's too low on time. Can he make that first jump? Yes, but the klaxon's already sounding. I don't think he has enough time to clear. This slow pace from the wing nuts is going to cost him in the long run. And time expires for PCZM, as he does make the jump to that third wing nut, but it was too little too late. He spent far too much time on the jumping spider and on the wing nuts, and he is out on the first stage. Next up is Arozen. I'll be referring to him as Aaron, since that's what he goes by. Now Aaron managed to beat his first Unreal JTOH tower recently, Citadel of Infinite Void. He certainly has the experience needed to beat the first stage. Let's see if he can put it to good use. Through the first obstacle, no problems. Now onto the log grip. And he's through that just fine. Now onto the new obstacle on the first stage. Of course, all of this will be new to him, since this is his first appearance on the course. And he's making his way nicely through as he approaches the jumping spider. And he's up. Navigating his way through the upward section of the obstacle. Smoothly through. Now for the downward section. On good pace here. Taking his time to set up this difficult jump. And he maneuvers through it very well. And he's passed it. Hasn't got too much time left in the bag to work with here, but he should be okay. Ooh. Oh no! And Aaron goes out on the logjam. Unfortunately slipped off that second log. Wasn't able to right his balance, and he is eliminated early on the fifth obstacle of the first stage. Next up on the course are a series of veterans who have made it to the second or third stages in tournaments previous. First up is Skillical, formerly known as Skillful Jack 239. He wore the second highest number in June Ninja Warrior 1. Advanced to the second stage for the only time in his career on this course. In the tournaments following Tournament 1, he has failed to make it to the second stage. Let's see if he can get back to the second stage today. I shouldn't expect him to have any trouble with the conveyor hill, and he doesn't. Onto the log grip. Now Skillful, he's a pretty active competitor in Roblox Ninja. Unfortunately, his prime certainly was a few years ago, where he made it to stage 3 in multiple big competitions, and he's out early on the Lance Glider. What a shame. He was eliminated far earlier than I expected, and that's another tournament where he won't be able to continue, where he won't be able to make it back to the second stage, where he continues this poor form. He just lost his grip while trying to navigate the truss, rushed it maybe, and he is out early on. Well, our next competitor, Grand Champion of Blue Ninja Warrior, host of Yasuke, and Stage 2 veteran in the previous tournament, it is Yas123451. Now, in his second appearance on the course in Tournament 3, he made it to the second stage for the first time in his career on Judo Ninja Warrior. Of course, in Tournament 2, he went out on the rolling boulder. Now, in the second stage, he unfortunately went out on the salmon ladder, but it was a great performance, a breakout performance for Yas. Hopefully we can see him make it back-to-back Stage 1 clears today. And Yas begins his run easily onto the conveyor hill. Now Yas, of course, pretty famously, is the Grand Champion of Blue Ninja Warrior, as well as Grand Champion of Robloxian Sasuke. He's achieved Kanzen Seiha in 2 separate majors in his time. Easily through the lance glider there. Now, Yas is definitely a Roblox Ninja focused hobbyist and not so more a Purism focused hobbyist, but of course he made it to the second stage in Tournament 3, so he certainly has a degree of purist skill. Getting through the jumping spider without a great deal of difficulty here. Just taking his time. And he's through it. 1 minute remaining as he approaches the logjam onto the back half of the course, and he's speeding through it, very confidently through. Now for the warp wall. Just under 50 seconds left. Can he get up in 1? Yes, he can. Now this swing obstacle will be something that he's familiar with. Shouldn't cause him too much trouble. Doesn't seem to be. Now for the jump to the third wing nut. Can he make it stick? Yes, he can. 30 seconds left. He's got time. Just got to make this dismount stick. And he does. Now, onto the last obstacle. Stairway to heaven. Can he get this first jump? Yes! 1 more jump remaining. Can he get it? No! No, he can't. And Yas goes out on the last difficult jump of the stage. He was so close to making it back-to-back Stage 1 clears. What a tragedy. Let's get another look at that. I want to see it again. He had that first jump set up perfectly. Easily through it, but on the second jump, I guess he just jumped too early. Let's take a second look at it. Yeah, jumps a little too early, isn't able to grab on. Next up on the course is an hobbyist hailing from the United States of America, who in his debut appearance in Tournament 3 went on to clear the first stage and make it to the fourth obstacle of the second stage. It's Senstrix. His second appearance on Judo Ninja Warrior. Hopefully we can see him make it back-to-back clears, unlike Yas, who failed just now. And Senstrix begins his run on the course. Got a few spectators in the back watching. And he's through the conveyor hill, now onto the second obstacle of Stage 1. Going on the side of the log grip, it's risky, but he's through. Hangs on nice and tight. Now, for the lance glider, we just saw Skillical go out here. Grabs on, making his way around the truss! And Senstrix goes out in much the same fashion as we saw Skillical go out. Definitely a more shocking fail. A purist hobbyist of his caliber, you wouldn't expect him to go out in that way. Well, next up, another purist hobbyist. It's Wesley Tejas, hailing from Holland. He's beaten multiple Tier 17 hobbies. His hardest hobby being Fall, which we saw earlier, as that was also Vinny_WR's hardest, I believe. Wesley starting late there, but it's okay. Loses 5 seconds of time, but I expect he should be able to recover. Got a few of his friends in the background watching him here. Now these obstacles will be unfamiliar to him. He's a purely purist-based hobbyist. Doesn't really delve even into towers with client objects that frequently, so moving obstacles that rely on physics will be out of his league. Let's see how he'll handle the jumping spider. Easily up it, no hesitation there. And he's speeding through. This kind of purism, it's right up his street. Getting through this obstacle with no difficulty. He's got good time as he approaches the back half. Now for the logjam. This is an uncomfortable balance-based obstacle. Can Wesley get through it? Yes, no, he doesn't. And Wesley, I think he just landed too far back on the plank there, and it tips over, and he wasn't able to get across in time. And Wesley, unfortunately, goes out on the first stage in his debut appearance on Judo Ninja Warrior. What a shame. Well, we've seen 86 of the 100 competitors take on the course. We are getting towards the elite of the elite. Next up, another competitor who's made his debut in Tournament 3 and cleared the first stage. It's a fan favorite, Java Jane 3. A big favorite of Yas, one of the staff on this course. In his first appearance on the course, he sported the number 76, and he crushed the first stage. He set one of the fastest times of the day. And while he went out on the fourth obstacle, as many other competitors did that day, he'll be hoping to make it back to the second stage and avenge his past failures. And we're off. Java wearing his military uniform as he always does. He's a hardened, skilled competitor with a lot of dedication. Onto the log grip now. Easily through it, disciplined. Now for the lance glider. He'll be unfamiliar with this, but he handles it like a pro. Doesn't make the same mistake as other veterans still in that obstacle. Now for the jumping spider. Gets up it just about. Almost didn't make it there. He's getting through the obstacle nicely. Now for the downward section. No! And Java Jane. Oh, how unfortunate. A tiny lapse in judgment. And he slips. Doesn't able to grab onto that one-stud platform. And he slips off the jumping spider. He was doing so well through the first three obstacles. But as he went to wedge himself in that one-stud platform to descend, he just barely mistimed it, and he's out. Up next, number 88. A speedrunner and horrific veteran. He's beaten over 40 horrific JTOH towers. It's I'm Very God at Obbies, also known as Zuart. Now this is his first appearance on Judo Ninja Warrior, as we'll see with a few others that follow him. We've got a few other speedrun hobbyists and JTOH hobbyists to come after him. Gets through the conveyor hill, no problem. Now for the log grip. Going on the back. That's the safe way to do it. No issues for him. You can see Wesley in the background there, watching him. Quickly through the lance glider. Now, I'm Very God. He's an hobbyist that specializes in speedrun towers and speedrun hobbies, so this sort of timed pressure course will not be too much of a hindrance to him. He'll be used to the pressure, but he's certainly on a good pace. He's way, way above the cutoff in terms of time left. Can he get through the logjam? Yes, he does. That's exactly how you want to do that obstacle. Now for the warp wall. Can he get up? Yes, he can. Now onto the wing nuts. This is going to be the obstacle that he'll find most uncomfortable. Taking a few extra swings, and gets it to the second jump. Even though it was moving up, he had enough height. Now for that second transition to the third wing nuts. And he gets it! He flings himself to it. Excellent work, good technique. And all that reserve time he's built up has paid off. It's allowed him to not go too fast on that obstacle. One obstacle left. Gets that first jump. One hard jump remaining. And he gets it! Just got to grab onto the rope and pull himself up, and he does! Just got to pull himself up over this rope. And he's going to clear the first stage with one of the fastest times today. Just under 15 seconds remaining. And he'll be advancing to the second stage. It was an excellent performance. Very well done from him. We'll be seeing him in stage 2 later today. We'll get another look at that run. He was easily able to navigate these obstacles that he's never seen before. And he's going through to the second stage. Congratulations to him. Our next competitor, following up from I'm Very God, is another pace-based obby player. It's Blasting Duck. Hailing from Asia, he's a top competitor in Roblox Penultimate Parkour Master. Now this is his first time taking on any sort of Roblox Ninja Warrior course. I believe he also ran Retro Studio Ninja Warrior by Lyrical Wonders sometime after the taping of this. He's certainly gotten into the Roblox Ninja community, but this is his debut appearance on a course. Easily through the log grip. Now for the new obstacle. How will he handle it? Very nicely done, and he's through. Very nice. Now, Blasting Duck, as I said, he's a regular competitor in Roblox Penultimate Parkour Master, similar to Jackie Fuzz, who we saw earlier clearing. He's a top 5 competitor in that element of obbying, so he's certainly got elite skill that he can put to use here, and he's certainly showing it as he's blazing through the first stage. Almost on as fast of a pace as Rishquigs as he approaches the warp wall here. Can he get up in one? No, he's turned back, But it's okay, he's banked time that he can use here. He can afford a few small mistakes onto the wing nuts now. This kind of swing obstacle will be new to him since Roblox Penultimate Parkour Master is a purist obby. Oh, he's flinging his way from wing nut to wing nut. That takes skill and a lot of courage. And he easily makes that second jump. He's making this look easy. Can he get the dismount? Yes, he can. Plenty of time remaining. Now, we don't want to see him make the same mistake that Yas made. Setting up each jump. Can he get to the rope? Yes, he can! And he's just got to haul himself up, and Blasting Duck will book his ticket to the second stage and follow on in the footsteps of I'm Very God and become the second consecutive clearer of the first stage. An excellent run. He barely beat the klaxon. He's elated to have made it to the second stage. Let's get a look at the second stage. You can see very happy he is. Next up on the course, the person who finished in 3rd place in the second tournament of Judo Ninja Warrior, a veteran and 2-time competitor on this course, it's Formulon. Now in his previous appearance in Tournament 3, he shockingly went out early on the first stage. Can he avenge that? Formulon, one of the most experienced and well-regarded competitors on this course in the second tournament. He was one of only 3 to clear the second stage, where he went out on the second obstacle of the 3rd stage. He was eliminated on the jumping spider in Tournament 3, a tiny mistake that cost him in the end. But he's back. He's trained immensely for this tournament. He wants to make it back to the second stage. He wants to continue having success. And he's off. Gets onto the conveyor hill, nicely done. We've not seen anyone fail this first obstacle in some time, and Formulon won't either now. Onto the log grip. Handles it with ease, easily through it. Now, a new obstacle. He hasn't faced this before. How's his skills when it comes to trusses? Taking it cautiously, struggling to get around. Might want to pick up the pace here. It's getting down, but he's through. Now onto the jumping spider. This is the obstacle that took him out in Tournament 3. Gets up. Now he's got to navigate his way through. The clock is certainly ticking here. He's certainly on a slower pace than Blasting Duck, but he's making it through. Now for the jump, he failed. Oh, the clock's running. He's setting it up. And he makes it. And he's through the jumping spider. He's avenged himself from Tournament 3. But time is low. He's got to pick up the pace here. Onto the log jam. Can he make it? Yes, he does. He makes it stick. Now the warp wall. If he gets it up in one, yes, he will. He's back on course now. The wing nuts should be familiar territory for him. He's never faced them in this competition before, but they're a staple in Roblox Ninja. Can he get that second transition? Yes, he can. Just got to get the dismount. Taking an extra swing, and he's through. 20 seconds remaining. He should have time to clear here. 2 jumps remaining. No! Formulon goes out on the last obstacle of the first stage. What an unfortunate fail. He was so close to making it his second time in the second stage. He was a little low on time, so maybe he just rushed the obstacle a little bit, but he seemed to be safe. He just didn't quite get far enough. Wasn't able to climb it, bounced off. Well, next up on the course is DD3985666, more commonly known as Jorma, which is what I'll certainly be referring to him as. I'm not going to be trying to pronounce that username over and over. Now, Jorma is another speedrun hobbyist, more in the ilk of I'm Very God than Blasting Duck, although he does also do pace-based hobbies. He's the verifier of the top 1 speedrun tower, and he's a horrific skill hobbyist. Easily through the Lance Glider here. I'm expecting him to put up a fast time, considering his experience. Onto the jumping spider, and he gets it. Very nice. And he's flying through. What a pace this is. Jesus Christ. He made that obstacle look like it was easy. And now, on the fastest pace of the day, maybe comparable to... Oh, almost slips up. He barely hung on there onto the warp wall. Can he get up in 1? He cannot. Gonna run back for a second try. And he can't get up in on the second try either. With that quick early pace should allow him to make up for that, and he's up it on the 3rd time of asking. Now onto the wing nuts. That's an unconventional strategy he's using, going sideways rather than facing the wing nut, but it's working for him. It's certainly working, and he's almost through the obstacle. Can he get this last jump? Yes, he can, just about. Just this one obstacle remaining. We saw Farm go out here, gets the first jump, gets the second jump. Just got to grab onto the rope now. And he's getting up. Just got to pull himself up the rope. Over 10 seconds remaining as he runs to the buzzer. And Jorma is going to be our 10th clear of the day, advancing to the second stage with 11 seconds remaining on the clock. An excellent run, a quick time. That was a fantastic run from Jorma. Very well done. Number 92 is Luca33 Look 33. Another competitor who made his debut in the 3rd tournament of this competition. A breakout star who made it to the second stage in his first appearance. In his first appearance, he wore a low number, he was an unknown competitor, but he was the second clear of that tournament. And in the second stage, he did really well. He became the 5th best performance in that tournament, making it to the 5th obstacle of the second stage. Seems like the graphics may have bugged out a little bit there, but it's okay. He'll be looking to get to that buzzer at the end of the first stage and join the 10 other competitors who have made it there today. Will Luca make it back-to-back clears? Let's find out. And he's off. Now we've seen a poor showing overall from the veterans today. They certainly haven't been doing very well. Hopefully Luca can break that poor streak of performances and make it to the second stage. Now for this obstacle that he won't be familiar with. But he grabs onto the truss, flicks his way around quickly, and he's through. Good pace. Onto the warp wall now. Taking a moment to set it up, using an unorthodox strategy, but he's up. Navigating his way through the obstacle. Gets that long jump, real nice. Now for the downwards portion of the obstacle. And he's made his way through, real nice. Just over 1 minute remaining as he approaches the back half. He's got plenty of time here. Doesn't want to make any silly mistakes. Setting up for the log jump. He can afford to take his time here. Can he get through it? Oh, just about. He almost came up short there, but he just about managed to get through. And he's up the wall in 1. 40 seconds remaining. He's using the same strategy that we saw Jorma use on these wing nuts. Gets the first one. Building up swing for that second transfer. And he gets it. No mistakes from Luca here. Can he get the dismount? Yes, 1 obstacle remaining. 25 seconds left on the clock. Doesn't want to rush these long jumps. We've seen so many people fail them. Gets the first one. Gets the second one. Just got to reach out and grab the rope, which he does. And he's just got to haul himself up. That rope's swinging pretty wildly. But Luca pulls himself up the rope, runs to the finish line, and he's going to advance to the second stage. He's going to join Jorma. He's going to join the 10 other competitors who have made it. And Luca will be advancing to the second stage for the second consecutive tournament. A brilliant performance. Only 7 competitors remain to take on the first stage. We've seen 11 clears out of 100 competitors, certainly a lower clear rate than we've seen in the previous tournament. The new 2 obstacles have done a lot of work, but here we have a veteran of the Roblox Ninja community making his first appearance on the course. Someone who has a lot of experience with technical obstacles. Let's see how Blaze Powder will find the first stage. And he's off. Now Blaze Powder, pretty much a pure Roblox Ninja hobbyist, in not so much of a tower hobbyist. Going on the side of the lock grip, it's risky, but he's through. He won't have a great deal of experience with these purest obstacles. How will he handle getting around this truss? Oh, it's slow and uncomfortable, but he's through just about. Almost didn't make that. Time for the jumping spider. Can he get up? No, he can't. And Blaze Powder undershoots the mountain so the jumping spider isn't able to wedge himself between the walls, and he is out. Let's take another look. He didn't really do that jump in a particularly effective way. Tried to go on the corner, got sloped, was nowhere near, frankly, to making that unfortunate fail from Blaze. Next up, number 94, another newcomer, but someone who's got a great deal of experience in Roblox Ninja and Towers, a hybrid competitor of sorts. It's Yizan1. Now Yizan has made it to the 3rd stage in multiple majors over the last few years. He's been playing obbies since 2017. He made it to the 3rd stage in Yasuke and Steel Castle. He's got a great breadth of experience when it comes to Roblox Ninja as well as Tower obbies, having beaten Tower of, I believe it's Tower of Blind Fate that he's beaten. Let's see if he can put that hybrid set of skills to use here as he takes on Judo Ninja Warrior for the first time. And he's off. Doesn't fail the mount, as you'd expect. How about the dismount? Easily through it. Now, this is the kind of course where people like Yizan and others like Chloe, who we'll see later, are most effective on, because it's a mixture. Ooh! Almost went without clicking the button there. That would have been a rookie mistake. But as I was saying, this is a course where it suits them most, as you've got a mixture of purist obby and Roblox Ninja skills combined here. Getting through the jumping spider at a good pace. A very good pace, in fact. And he's through the obstacle. Now for the back half. Will he be able to join Luca and the other competitors who have made it to the 2nd stage? Time for the warp wall. Can he get up in 1? Yes, he can! He's got a tremendous pace going here. 50 seconds for 2 obstacles. Taking his time on the wing nuts, gets that first jump. Now carefully building up swing. Doesn't want to undershoot, and he gets that 2nd jump. Just taking an extra swing for insurance, and he easily makes that dismount. Over 30 seconds left for 1 obstacle. Gets that first jump. Setting up for the 2nd jump to the 2nd ramp, and he's got it. Just got to reach out to the rope and pull himself up. And he's going to do it. And Yizan is going to become our 12th clear of the 1st stage and advance to the 2nd stage with one of the fastest times of the day. 14 seconds remaining. A brilliant performance from Yizan. He crushed the course. He really never looked in doubt at any point. That has got to be the most flawless run we've seen today. At no point at all did he look in doubt whatsoever. He took every obstacle in his stride. And Yizan, he'll certainly be a favourite to get far in this tournament. On the course next. Only 5 of the best competitors left to take on the course. Number 95 is Tiny Toast 717. Another competitor, similar to Luca, who made it to the 2nd stage last time. He put his place in the top 5. Now Tiny Toast had a breakout in the Roblox Ninja League as he cemented himself as one of the best competitors in that competition. Since then, he's continued to excel in Roblox Ninja. He hails from Roblox Penultimate Parkour Master, similar to Blasting Duck and Jackie Fuzz. But he certainly made a name for himself in this community, making it to the 3rd stage of Toad Ninja Warrior, as well as other competitions which I cannot disclose at this time. We'll see if he can make it back-to-back stage 1 clears here. Tiny Toast begins his attempt on the course. Fellow competitor Zuzi Coden in the background there. We'll see him later on. He'll be wearing the number 98. And Toast gets through the log grip now. As a sort of hybrid obbyist himself, I wouldn't expect him to fail on this obstacle, the Lance Glider. Playing it safe getting around the truss, but it works out in his favor. Time for the jumping spider. And no! Unbelievable, he fails in the exact same way as Blaze Powder. He fails the mount to the jumping spider, wasn't able to wedge himself between the walls. And Tiny Toast, an early fail, an unexpected fail. You can see he didn't fail in the same way as Blaze. He had the jump, but he just couldn't quite reach out. Well, 5 competitors remaining, and they really are the best of the best. 4 veterans, the last man standing of Tournament 3, and one of the greatest of all time. And first up, number 96, Dip K Joe, our first Juden Ninja Warrior 3 third stage veteran to take on the course. We had Formulum, who made it to stage 3 in Tournament 2, but he is the first of the competitors who made it to the third stage in the previous tournament. Now, Dip K Joe, another pure Roblox Ninja hobbyist, went out on the second obstacle of the third stage last time. He finished in the top 5. I believe that result rendered him in 4th position in the tournament. This new truss obstacle might slow him down, but no, he's through it nicely now. The rest of the course is obstacles that he should be familiar with, including the wing nuts as a Roblox Ninja hobbyist. Making his way through the jumping spider. Decent pace, good technique. One more jump left, and he's going to dismount nicely, and he's through the jumping spider. Onto the 5th obstacle of the first stage, onto the log jam rather. Setting up, easy for him, easy. Now onto the warp wall. Can he go up in 1? Yes, he can. Bread and butter for him. This is a dominant performance so far from Dip K Joe. Can he get through the wing nuts? Gets that first jump. Just got to set up for that second jump and make it. Plenty of height, plenty of distance. Dip K Joe looking calm and controlled here. Over 30 seconds left as he approaches the final obstacle. Gonna want to set up these jumps. Doesn't want to make a mistake! And I jinxed him. Dip K Joe has gone out. Another competitor taken by the stairway to heaven. Another competitor who falls short on the last obstacle. He just didn't spend enough time to set it up. You can see he wasn't really in the perfect position to do that obstacle. And he also jumped quite early, and he just came up short. Unfortunate fail for Dip. Well, next up, Shadow Miles XE. His 3rd appearance on the first stage. A legend of the Roblox Ninja Warrior community. He's never managed to make it to the 2nd stage in this competition, but he's got no shortage of accomplishments in other competitions, having achieved Kanzen Seiha in Blue Ninja Warrior, but for 2 tournaments running, the jumping spider has taken him out. It's been his nemesis. We're all hoping we can see Shadow Miles make it to the 2nd stage here today. We all want to see a comeback from this legend. Let's see if he can make today his first clear on the Juden Ninja Warrior first stage. Now, Shadow Miles is known for going at a pretty fast pace. For the most part, at least. We'll see just how quick of a pace he puts on, skipping the crash mat for the log grip. Already going at a pretty quick pace. And he's onto the jumping spider. Doesn't want to make the same mistake that we've seen others make, and he doesn't. Now, this is the obstacle that's taken him out twice before. Can he make it through? He's speeding through it, throwing caution to the wind, and he's passed it. Now, onto uncharted territory. He's never been this far before in this competition. Onto the log jam! And Shadow Miles goes out on the first stage again. An unfortunate fail, a real tragic fail. He gets past the jumping spider for the first time and fails the obstacle after it. Let's take another look at that. He just rushed that obstacle, had the log spinning the wrong way and didn't get any momentum off it. Wasn't able to make it to the plank at all. And it's another early bath. Next up, one of the competitors who put in the best performances in Tournament 3. It's Unusual Darkness, also known as Zuzi Kodin. He finished 3rd place in Tournament 3. A rookie to Roblox Ninja Warrior, but he's certainly shown no shortage of skill and experience when it comes to this course. In his appearances in Tournament 3, he played like a seasoned veteran of Roblox Ninja Warrior, breezing through the first 2 stages, becoming the first chronological clear of the 2nd stage, and unfortunately, a silly mistake resulted in his early failure on the 3rd stage. He'll be looking to get back and avenge his mistake and go even further, maybe even make it to the final stage. That's his goal. The tower that we see in the background of every run. Will Zuzi Kodin be able to make his dreams come true tonight? This first stage, 6 obstacles he's familiar with, 2 he's not. Those wing nuts might be an issue for him, we'll have to see. Gets onto the lance glider, easily flicks around, no hesitation. Onto the jumping spider. He had no trouble with this in Tournament 3, and it doesn't look like he's going to have any trouble this time either, breezing through the obstacle. More than halfway through already. This is a tremendously fast pace. And he's through it already. Oh, there's 60 seconds left as he heads towards the back half. Now for the logjam, we just saw Shadow Mask out here, but he doesn't make the same mistake. Onto the warp wall. Can he get up it in one try? Yes, he does, just about. Now for the wing nuts. This is the obstacle I'm worried about. Can he handle it? Gets that first jump. Just got to make that last shade to the 2nd, to the 3rd wing nuts. And he does! Getting so much height and momentum. He really is handling this like a veteran. And he's through onto the last obstacle. This is the fastest pace we've seen up to this point. Can he get the fastest time? Gets to the rope. We might see him clear with more than 20 seconds left. Can he make it? Rushing to the finish line. And yes! Zuzi Kodin puts in the fastest time of the day by 5 whole seconds. 21 seconds remaining. Almost the fastest player in the history of this competition. That is astonishingly fast. That was ridiculous. An amazing run. Well, 2 competitors remaining, and they'll have their work cut out to put in a performance as good as that, but these 2 are the best of the best. Next up on the course, number 99, Chloe. He's achieved Kanzenseha in Ninja Warrior of Roblox, in Steel Castle, and he finished in 2nd place in the previous tournament. He went out on the floating boards, the only competitor to fail that obstacle, but only one of 2 to make it past the 2nd obstacle of the 3rd stage. He'll be looking to get back again and make it to the final stage, avenge his past failures. Will he be able to do it? There's only one way to find out. 1 minute and 45 seconds stand between Chloe and the stage 1 buzzer and another chance to make it to the final stage of Judo Ninja Warrior. And off he goes. Can he get through the first obstacle? Very nicely. No problem for Chloe. Now the log grip. Hanging on for dear life, and he's through it. No hesitation as he attacks the lance glider. And he gets through that obstacle with no issues. Approaching this jumping spider can take out anyone if you're not careful, but Chloe easily through. Just gotta stick these difficult purist jumps, but I shouldn't think it'd be any major issue for him considering the breadth of skill he has in both tower robberying and Roblox Ninja Warrior obbying. Over 60 seconds left as he approaches. Ooh, almost fails there. Now for the warp wall. Can he get up in one? Yes, he can. 2 obstacles remaining, and Chloe is looking in fine form. No silly mistakes here, and he should be able to book a ticket to the 2nd stage. Can he get that second jump? Yes, he can. No issues for Chloe here. He looks calm, he looks cool, he looks collected, he looks in control. One more hard jump remaining and he gets it. And Chloe, never in doubt, was he? Oh, he slips down. There is doubt, but he's gonna power through it. Can he hang on? Yes, he can. He almost failed at the very end of the first stage, but he barely pulls through. Through grim determination, Chloe advances to the second stage. He was never in doubt until the end, but he managed to pull through. Barely hangs on. An amazing save, really. And Chloe, well, he certainly worked to earn that place in the second stage for the second consecutive tournament. Well done to him. Very well done. There's only one man remaining to take on the first stage. And I'm sure you all know who it's going to be. The last man standing of Tournament 3. The person who broke through the vertical limits and made it to the final obstacle of the third stage is the Australian hobbyist Hyper Fantasies, donning number 100 for the first time in his career on Junior Ninja Warrior. He was one of 16 to make it to the second stage and one of only 4 to make it to the third stage in his debut appearance. And he did what no other competitor before him has managed to do. He not only got through the cliffhanger, but he made it past the vertical limit, the first person ever to do so. In fact, he went all the way to the final obstacle of the third stage, where he came up barely short. Oh, so close, but not so far, as he derailed the bar of the pipe slide on the final track. The goal to the final stage was in sight for him, but he came up just short. Now he's going to want to get back to the second stage. He's going to want to make it one step further than he did last time and reach the final stage. Become the first competitor ever to make the final stage. Hyper Fantasies. Just over 1 minute separates him between failure and glory. Now, we've never had a competitor who had the final run in Junior Ninja Warrior make it to the second stage. In Tournament 1, it was Blue Phil, who failed the second to last obstacle. In Tournament 2, it was Cyrus08 UK, who failed the jumping spider. In Tournament 3, it was Bowsy Pie, who went out on the last obstacle. Can Hyper Fantasies break that unlucky streak? Become the first man donning number 100 to make it to the second stage? Don't let this cursed number overtake you, Hyper. Decent pace. Cautious, but not too slow. Just under 1 minute as he approaches the logjam. We saw this take out Shadow Miles, but it won't take out Hyper, although the plank certainly wobbled. Can he get up the whoop wall in one try? Yes, he can, now. The wingnuts, an obstacle he's never faced. Building up swing. Can he make that jump? No! No, he can't! And Hyper Fantasies is eliminated on the first stage. He becomes the next in a succession of cursed competitors to wear a cursed number. Eliminated by the new obstacle on the first stage that has taken so many, dragged them from the clutches of victory into the muddy swamp below. He looked so confident throughout his run, and he looked so confident here as well. But his fingers just couldn't quite latch on to the second wingnut, and he came up barely short. Welcome to Stage 2, the second stage, the Speed Stage. Only 14 competitors of our original cast of 100 have made it to this blue and purple hellscape. The time limit has been increased by 10 seconds from the previous tournament due to the difficulty being increased on certain obstacles and another new obstacle that takes longer than the last. Cannonball Alley has been redesigned from the previous tournament, where in the previous tournament it was just long jumps. Now you have to build up swing and time your jump between each. Much more timing challenge than precision. The balance tank has been buffed significantly, whereas the platform you had to reach was simply flat. Now you have to fit yourself into a small gap to navigate your way to the new obstacle on the second stage, the rope maze. Works similar to the pole maze from Sasuke, however, you have to get onto the rope and yank it around the protruding parts in the track above. If you get caught up, you might lose too much time. Now there are 14 competitors, a mix of newcomers, regulars, and veterans, lined up to take on the second stage today. Will any of them be able to defeat it and move on to stage 3?
Alright. I feel very confident. There's not that much RNG obstacles. I'm probably gonna win, as always.
I'm definitely gonna fail the swing because it's pretty garbage, but yeah, that's all I got to say.
Honestly, I may or may not be able to pass the unstable bridges because like I've been trying to find like every single strat to try to pass it, and like even after it, I might be able to fail.
Well, I cleared stage 1 pretty easily, and there was no difficulties in that, so I wasn't too shocked about that. But stage 2 is pretty scary, especially the unstable bridges. I'm very scared about that. I'm expecting to fail.
The first person to take on the second stage today is regular Gamer 1222B, also known as Galaxy. It's their first appearance on stage 2 of Judo Ninja Warrior. They had an incredible run on the first stage in their second appearance on the course, and they were the first person to clear. Let's see how far they'll be able to get into stage 2. Maybe we can even see them get to stage 3. Onto the salmon ladder already. Now this salmon ladder, you gotta do head hitter after head hitter to move the bar up the sets of rungs. You don't want to rush this obstacle, but you also don't want to get caught up. Now onto the unstable bridges. Gotta swing them back and forth. Gets onto that second one. This is the difficult one. Only 2 ropes attaching this board. And no! Galaxy slips and falls. It was a good debut run on stage 2, but they just walked off the second plank and unfortunately weren't able to get a jump towards the landing platform, and their run ends prematurely, but an amazing effort from Galaxy. Next up, DFW Hank, another person on their second appearance on Judo Ninja Warrior who made it a breakthrough run and made it to the second stage. In Tournament 3, Hank went out on the third obstacle of Stage 1. Let's see how they'll do on their first time on the second stage. Ooh, almost slips off the downhill jump there. Doesn't quite grab onto the rope, hangs on, but lagging a little bit here. Carefully making their way up the salmon ladder. And they're at the top. Now they can move on to the unstable bridges. Gets onto that second one. Lining it up. Can they get through it? Yes, they can! Now onto the new Cannonball Alley. The previous version of this obstacle required just long jumps, but now this new obstacle, as you can see, you gotta swing the balls back and forth, building up momentum to make a leap from each, and Hank's onto the last ball, and he's through! He's the first person to clear it. Now, the revised balance tank. This obstacle has been buffed from the previous tournaments. Building up swing. Can he fit into that gap? Goes for a third swing. No! Hank falls short. He didn't get enough height off the jump, didn't get enough height off the trapeze, and he wasn't able to even begin trying to fit into the gap, to fit through the obstacle. Let's take another look. You can see he didn't quite have enough swing. Jumped a bit early too and wasn't able to get high enough to get into the platform, and Hank's run comes to an end. We've seen 2 go out already. On the second stage, it's proving to be just as ruthless as in Tournament 3. However, we still have 12 competitors. Very skilled competitors. Next up, our first rookie of the night. It's Juan Carlos WA, hailing from South America. This is their first time taking on any Roblox Ninja competition, and they've managed to make it to stage 2. Their debut appearance on the second stage. Now, Carlos is more of a generic hobbyist than a speedrunner, so this speed, pressure, timed stage might be a bit of a struggle for them, but let's see how they'll handle the pressure. Getting up the salmon ladder very quickly. Good pace. Now onto the unstable bridges. We saw this take out Galaxy. Can he get through it? No, he can't. And Carlos comes up quite short indeed. Wasn't able to get the proper swing off that second unstable plank. It's called the unstable bridges for a reason, and this is why. You see that second plank tilting from side to side. It makes it very difficult to get a proper jump off it, and it caught Carlos out. Next up, someone who's seen the second stage of Roblox Ninja competitions many times before, and has advanced past it many times before as well. His second time on Judo Ninja Warrior, and his first time in the second stage. It's Kfly100. Wearing a somewhat normal avatar this time, thank God. I'm sure you remember his avatar from the first stage. Let's see if Kfly can begin the breakthrough on stage 2 and make it to stage 3. Only 80 seconds, 1 minute 20 to get through these 7 obstacles, and then you have, of course, the untimed heartbreaker at the end. Taking a cautious approach on the salmon ladder, and it pays off. Now the unstable bridges. It's taken out 2 of the 3 to attempt it. Will it take out Kfly? No, it won't. He's through it nicely now. Cannonball Alley. You don't want to rush this obstacle, but you also don't want to get caught up. Kfly is going at a tremendous pace. Taking a bit more time on this second transition. And he's through it. Now for the balance tank. We saw this take out Hank. Will it take out Kfly? Gets onto the trapeze. Building up swing. And he's through it! Much more height. Now into the rope maze. No one's attempted this obstacle before. You gotta push the rope through the track, and Kfly does it in like 5 seconds. Amazing! Now into the parlay. One math question, very easy question. He got lucky on the draw there. And Kfly will be the first person to face the Heartbreaker tonight. In the previous tournament, 4 people made it to this point. None of them failed the Heartbreaker. But it's a very scary obstacle. It demands your attention and focus. One tiny slip can lead to you falling. Kfly on the lowest board. Setting up the first jump. Only a few jumps between him and the third stage. Looks a little uncomfortable setting this up. Taking his time. Ooh, he looks uncomfortable. And he jumps and misses! And Kfly is the first ever victim of the Heartbreaker. Kfly goes out. Unbelievable. He was one obstacle away from the third stage on his first appearance in the second stage. He managed to get into the ledge grab position, but he misaimed it. He was angling too far to one direction, and he didn't get anywhere close to landing on the platform. Next up on the course, our first pace-based obvious, the owner of True Pace, and a regular appearer on Roblox, penultimate parkour master, it's Jackie Fuzz. Another person who made it to the second stage on his second try. He'll be hoping to go one step further than Kfly and make it to stage 3. The path has been laid out for him, he's just got to follow it. Getting up the salmon ladder nicely. This hasn't caused anyone major troubles too far, but this obstacle, the unstable bridges, certainly has. He's lagging a bit, but he's through it. Now for Cannonball Alley. Taking his time to build up swing. Back and forth. And he gets that first transition. Taking a lot more time than Kfly did. Does he want to slip up here? Of course, Kfly had more than 10 seconds left. He was well ahead of the buzzer, but Jackie might be a bit lower on time. Now to the balance tank. The broken balance tank. Grabs onto that trapeze. Building up momentum, and he gets it as well! Now onto the rope maze. This didn't cause Kfly any issues. Will it cause Jackie issues? No, it won't. He's through it. Just over 15 seconds left as he approaches the parlay. Come on, Jackie. No! What? Unbelievable! Jackie fails the math question. You're not meant to fail that. I have no idea what happened there. It was not a particularly difficult question, but he put in a minus sign. Otherwise, it would have been correct. Well, the second stage proving to be a lot more brutal than it was in Tournament 3. We've seen 5 competitors of various calibers and experience take it on. None of them have been able to make it past the 8 obstacles of the second stage. Next up is New Day, the Australian hobbyist. Their first time on Judo Ninja Warrior. Didn't struggle too much with the first stage. Let's see if they can break this unlucky streak of the 5 competitors before them and make it to stage 2. Stage 3, rather. Easily through the downhill jump. Of course, in Tournament 3, we saw 2 people go out on the downhill jump and the salmon ladder, but no one's gone out on either of them so far. Now the unstable bridges. Gets the transition to the second board. It's a little loose, but they make it now. Onto Cannonball Alley. This is an obstacle that proved to be particularly deadly in Tournament 3, but it's not having the same effect it did this tournament. And no! I jinxed it, I don't believe it. New Day goes out on Cannonball Alley, the first victim of the obstacle that eliminated more than half the field in Tournament 3. They just didn't take enough time to build up enough swing to make it to that second ball. You can see they were struggling to build up swing a little bit. As they went for the transition, they were nowhere near. They didn't have enough swing to make it. Well, it's getting a little bit tense over here on the sets. Almost half of the field has attempted stage 2 and fallen. We still have a lot of strong competitors left to go, however, and next up is another hobbyist who hails from Australia. It's Poolover12345, also known as Tons. Now, of course, Tons has made it to the second and third stages of a few majors in his time. Made it to the third stage of Alpha Ninja Warrior, made it to the second stage of Blue Ninja Warrior. This is his first time on the second stage of Judo Ninja Warrior. Easily through the downhill jump. Now, this is where you've got to focus after that first obstacle. Easily making his way through the salmon ladder. Now, taking a moment to prepare, gets that first jump. Now for the second jump. Oh, he's got it all tangled up and he falls! And Tons goes out on the unstable bridges like so many before him. He pushed way too hard on that first swing. He got it completely tangled up and Tons eliminated by the third obstacle. As we've seen so many competitors before him fail. You can see he got totally tangled up and that board was uncontrollable. He couldn't get a second swing in and had to go for it, and he came up short. And Tons' night ends early. Well, we've had 7 attempt the course. All of them have come up short. We've been close to a clear. But now we're getting towards the back half of the second stage lineup, and it's getting serious. It's getting very serious. Next up is Zuat. I'm very good at obbies. Now, as I said previously in his first stage run, this guy is a menace when it comes to JTO towers. He has over 40 horrific towers beaten. He's a master of purism and Klein objects. He's beaten Unreal Towers and Tier 17 obbies. He's beaten speedrun obbies as well. This guy is a jack of all trades, a master of all trades even. But it takes a lot more than just tower and obby skill to do well in Roblox Ninja. He managed to apply his skill to this course and make it to the second stage. But as we've seen so far, this stage 2 is a completely different beast entirely. Can Zuat make it to stage 3? We're gonna find out right now, right here. Grabs onto the rope and slides down the track. No problem for him. Now the salmon ladder. This isn't an obstacle you want to fail, it's an inglorious end. But he's not having any trouble with it. Taking his time, building up each jump. Now the unstable bridges. And, oh no! He goes out even earlier than we've seen others go out. He got all caught up on that first board, and as he tried to transition from the first to the second, he came up barely short. We've seen more than half the field be felled by the second stage. It's getting scary now. Are we really gonna see a wipeout on stage 2? There are a few strong competitors left, hoping to make sure that doesn't happen. Next up is number 89, another rookie. It's Blasting Duck, hailing from Asia. His first appearance in a Roblox Ninja Warrior competition of this scale. Let's see if he'll become the first person to beat stage 2. You know, it looked like he undershot that jump there, but it must just be lag. Now there are only 6 competitors remaining to take on the second stage. Blasting Duck is the first of those 6. Gets up the salmon ladder, nice and easy. Now onto the unstable bridges. We saw so many already fall here. Can Blasting Duck get through? Just about! It looked like he wasn't going to make it, but he did. Now for Cannonball Alley. Building up swing. Can he get that first jump? Yes, he can! Now for the second jump. It's a little bit easier, but that ball is smaller. You've got less area to work with. Can he make it? Yes! But time, it's a little low for him. He'll want to pick up the pace. Onto the balance tank. Getting that barrel moving as fast as he can. Now for the swing. Can he get enough height on that trapeze? Yes, he can! Now for the rope maze. Only 2 timed obstacles left. Gets through that rope maze. Good pace. He's got 15 seconds for this math question. Can he solve it in time? The klaxon begins to sound. He's still thinking, but he's got it! And he's through. Blasting Duck. 1 obstacle between him and the third stage. We saw K-Fly go out here. We saw him go out a few runs ago. He failed the Heartbreaker. Almost slips off there, but he's past where K-Fly failed, and he's getting up it slowly but surely. Slowly making his way through the Heartbreaker. Doesn't want to make a mistake here. Time for this second ledge grab. Can he make it? Yes, he can! Just the flip remaining. Can he get it? Yes, he can! And Blasting Duck is going to go through to the third stage. He's going to be the first competitor to beat the second stage, where 8 before him failed. Blasting Duck paves the way for those after him. An incredible run. He managed to get through the obstacles that we saw so many others go out on. He beat the Heartbreaker that we saw K-Fly go out on. It was a brilliant, brilliant run. He held his nerves throughout it. The timer didn't bother him. And Blasting Duck.
Okay, honestly, I've been practicing stage 3 because like I've made segments from doing stage 2 to stage 3, but I've only beaten stage 2 to stage 3 in one run, like only one time. But honestly, for stage 3, I'm really, really scared for the V floating boards, and especially the cliffhanger, because like it's 13.2 and I'm really bad at long jumps.
Well, we saw one person finally break the curse of the second stage and make it to stage 3. We have 5 more competitors, all of which are certainly capable of making it to stage 3. Next up, another obvious from Australia, it's Jorma. Another speedrunner obvious in the same ilk as Blasting Duck. Now this is, like Blasting Duck, his first time taking on stage 2 of a Roblox Ninja course. Through the downhill jump. Now these first 2 obstacles are mostly purist, but the unstable bridge, Cannonball Alley, the balance tank, they're all swing obstacles. They all rely on Roblox Ninja knowledge. Gets onto that second board, and just about sticks the dismount as well. Now onto the 4th obstacle. Taking his time, building up swing. We saw Blasting Duck spend about 20 seconds on this obstacle, but he still managed to come through it. Now for that transition to the smallest ball. Taking his time. Doesn't want to slip off. Doesn't want to make a mistake here. And he's through it. Now onto the balance tank. Over 30 seconds left with 3 obstacles. He's on pace. Can he jump to the trapeze? Yes, he can. Just got to make a big swing upwards, and he does. Now onto the rope maze. Goes back to regenerate it. And he's getting through it at a tremendous pace. Almost gets caught up at the end there, but he hangs on. Just over 10 seconds for the final obstacle, the parlay. He's got an easy question, and Jorma is also now onto the Heartbreaker, the second person in a row to make it to the untimed portion of the second stage. It's so easy to slip up, make a tiny mistake and have it cost you. Almost slips off there, but he hangs on. Nearly there. Maneuvering his way through. And he's up. Just the flip. And he gets it! And Jorma is the second competitor in a row. Back-to-back Stage 2 clears. The second person after Blasting Duck to make it to Stage 3. He just about squeezes his way through. And he's through.
I'm feeling well. Stage 2 went pretty well. I wasn't too confident going into it, but turns out I actually made it. I was very nervous for the third obstacle, the swing platforms, because I really thought I was going to fail that. But confident for Stage 3, ready to practice a bit, do some runs, and hoping I can get to Stage 4.
Next up, our first veteran of the night. Our first competitor who has previously been to this stage of the 3 who made it. It's Luca33 Look 33. This is his second time on Stage 2. In Tournament 3, it's out on the 5th obstacle of the second stage. And Luca is off! He begins his run. Can Luca make it to the 3rd stage for the first time in his career on Judo Ninja Warrior? We haven't seen anyone fail the salmon ladder today. And Luca won't be the first. Easily through the unstable bridges. He shows a composure on that obstacle we haven't seen before. Now onto Cannonball Alley. This is an obstacle that felled New Day. It's a different version to what he faced before, but he's getting through it pretty nicely here. Handling the obstacle pretty well. Taking some extra swings to build up. And oh, is he going to make it with Frozen? Yes, he's through, he's through. Onto the balance tank now. This is the obstacle that eliminated him in Tournament 3. It's been buffed. Can he handle it? Going for one swing and he doesn't make it! And Luca goes out on the balance tank for the second tournament in a row. He fell in much the same way as Hank. Let's take another look at that fail. I wanna get another look at it. So you can see he's fine on the build up to it. The tank doesn't trouble him at all. But he goes for that swing in one try. He gives it a massive push. And as a result, he just barely comes short in terms of height. And Luca goes out early on in Stage 2. What a shame. There are 3 more competitors to take on the second stage today. 1 rookie and 2 veterans. All 3 are elite competitors in this genre of obbies. First up is Yizan 1. The final rookie left to take on Stage 2. As shown earlier in the broadcast, he's frequently made it to Stage 2 or 3 of Roblox Ninja Majors, and he's also beaten several Unreal GTO Each Towers. So this course overall is a real comfortable course for him, but he's never faced these obstacles before. He has no experience on the second stage. Through the salmon ladder nice and easy. Building up swing for the unstable bridges, gets the second one. Now for the dismounts. And he's through! He gets a huge swing off the dismount. Now for Cannonball Alley. Building up swing nice and fast. Much faster than Luca. Doesn't want to slip off the second ball, and he's through and onto the balance tank. Now, we just saw Luca go out here. Will Yizan make the same mistake? It must be in his mind. Grabs onto the trapeze. Takes a second swing. And he's through it! Onto the rope maze now. 30 seconds remaining. He's got plenty of time here. Carefully pushing his way through. Doesn't want to get tangled up! He gets tangled up, but he's through! Just about. What a save! 1 obstacle remaining. Can he get this question right? Yes, he can! And he's going to beat the klaxon as he approaches the Heartbreaker. We saw K-Fly fail here. We saw Blasting Duck and Jorma pass this. Making his way up the first ascending section, skips a platform. That's legal, that's allowed. Almost at the flip. Time for the flip. Gets it! And Yizan will be the 3rd competitor to make it to the 3rd stage today. A brilliant performance, an excellent performance by him. He flew through the obstacles, the fastest time of the day so far. He really never looked in doubt, and he's through. You are 2 left, both of them veterans. The first of those 2 is number 98, Zuzi Koden. His second straight appearance in the second stage, not too dissimilar to Luca. He said he was worried about this stage, feels nervous. He's hoping to do well on his second appearance. Now, unlike Luca, in Tournament 3 he beat this stage, he made it to the 3rd stage. He's going to want to continue his run through the course so he can avenge his past failure. Never failed the second stage before. Hopefully this won't be the first time. Preparing for the dismount on the unstable bridges, and he's through. Very composed, very calm. Now for this new revision of Cannonball Alley, he won't have faced this before. Gets to the second ball. Building up swing to make it to the third. Back and forth. And he gets it. Now Zuzi Koden's onto the balance tank. Taking a slightly different approach to Yizan on the build-up, he gets onto the trapeze. Going for a second swing. And a third. And he gets up! And Zuzi Koden, only 2 obstacles remaining. Doesn't want to make a mistake on the rope maze here. And he doesn't, and he's through. He's got plenty of time left. He's got so much time left. Can he get this math question right? Doesn't want to go out like Jackie. Taking his time, and he gets it! And that is a new fastest time of the day. Faster than Yizan's run. And now Zuzi Koden has 1 obstacle between him and stage 3. He approaches the Heartbreaker. Gotta hang on to that wooden board from underneath. Gets that first jump. Taking his time here. Doesn't want to make a silly mistake and slip off. Lining up each jump, and he makes his way up the first ascending section of the obstacle. Now for the second ledge grab. Taking his time here. Gets it! Just the flip left. If he can get up. Gotta pull himself up. Just the flip. Can he get it? Yes, he can! And Zuzi Koden makes it 4 in the 3rd stage. The second consecutive clear following on in the path of Yizan. A much faster run, much more elegant run. And Zuzi Koden will be going to the 3rd stage for the 2nd consecutive time.
I feel very nervous. I wasn't expecting to clear. I just did very well, and I have no words.
Only 1 competitor remains. Number 99, the last competitor standing to take on the 2nd stage. In the previous tournament, he beat the 2nd stage and placed 2nd out of all 100 competitors. It's the Australian obvious Cloy. His 2nd attempt on Judo Ninja Warrior's 2nd stage. He's going to want to make it back-to-back clears. He's going to want to make it to the 3rd stage again. Can he make it happen? And he's off. Gets that first jump. Hanging onto the rope as he moves his way down. Now onto the salmon ladder. Gotta lift that bar up and over each set of rungs. Handling it well. And he's through. Now onto the unstable bridges. This is an obstacle he expressed concern about previously, but he's through it. Just under 1 minute remaining onto Cannonball Alley. Gotta swing that large ball back and forth. Prepares for the transfer, and he gets it! Perfect placement. Now for the 2nd transfer. Building up momentum. Can he make that leap? Yes, he can! And Cloy moves onto the balance tank. Just over 30 seconds remaining here. Can he make the jump? Yes! Building up swing on the trapeze. Goes for a 2nd swing, and he's through! 2 obstacles remaining. He's a little low on time. He might want to pick up the pace. Making his way through the rope maze elegantly. It was a slow process, but he's through. And he should be okay on time. Just got to make sure he gets this right. And he's through! And he's not going to beat the klaxon. But he is going to have a shot at the Heartbreaker. His 2nd straight attempt at this obstacle. Can he make it to stage 3? Can he continue his dream of total victory? One flip separates him from the 3rd stage that so cruelly took him out. And he will be returning. He will be going back to the third stage. He will go back to avenge himself. Chloe advancing to the third stage for the second tournament in a row. A tremendous performance. An excellent, excellent run. Let's take another look. It was so smooth all the way through. There were no problems. He took his time. He didn't rush too much, but he kept mindful of the clock. And he powered through. We'll see him in the third stage. Only 5 remain to take on stage 3. One more than we had at this point last tournament. The best of the best remain to take on the 8 grueling obstacles that took all 4 remaining competitors out in Tournament 3. There are 3 rookies and 2 veterans, both of which who have faced this stage before. The Curtain Cling was the obstacle that did the most damage in Tournament 3. It eliminated 2 of the 4 competitors to take it on. The V-floating boards have received a slight revamp, and here we see the vertical limits, the obstacle that remained undefeated until Tournament 3 when Hyper Fantasies was the first person to ever defeat it. And the pipe slider, the final obstacle, the final barrier between any competitor who wants to make it into the core of this magic castle of steel, the final stage, that prevented Hyper Fantasies from reaching it in Tournament 3. The floating boards are the only obstacle to have received a modification. All 7 other obstacles remain exactly the same, due to how brutal the third stage was.
I'm really nervous. I definitely think I'm gonna start shaking right after 3.1. Probably my expectations, I would at least pass the V floating boards. That's it. Like, there is no way I am actually gonna pass the cliffhanger unless the miracle actually happens.
Depends. If I can do the wall hops, I think I should have a pretty good chance, as the only other obstacle which is hard is the pipe slider, mainly the dismount. But yeah, no nerves, speedrunner, gotta get used to it. Feeling confident, semi, I guess. But yeah, overall, feeling pretty decent. Hopefully I can do the wall hop.
I'm gonna take my time and definitely clear whatever my PB was. I think it was the last curtain back there. And I'm probably gonna fail the loading boards, as you can see behind me.
And here we begin the third stage with the first rookie who managed to take down the second stage in his first appearance. Asian hobbyist Blasting Duck. Well known in the Roblox penultimate parkour master community. Well known in the speedrun hobbyist community. That speedrunning skill won't help him here. This is the untimed stage. Getting through the rumbling dice nicely. Just wants to get all the way to the end of the track. And now he's onto the curtain cling. This is the first real barrier, but he's speeding through it. And he's already onto the third curtain. This is the fastest we've seen anyone do this obstacle. Can he make the dismount? Yes, he can. Now, I expect him to go at a pretty fast pace. Considering his aptitude for speedrun hobbies, he's not going to want to hang around and take rest breaks to let his nerves get to him. He spoke previously before his run about how nerves affect him. He doesn't want to let them get to him too much. He's making his way through these redesigned floating boards. You gotta swing them slowly back and forth. The jumps are too large to make unless you swing them a little bit. But he's getting through nicely. Onto the third board. Once you get past the ascending portion of this obstacle, it becomes a bit easier. But you still want to be careful. He's onto the fourth board. And now he's about to make his jump to the fifth. And he does! One last difficult jump and he's through, and he will face the Shin Crazy cliffhanger. Gets up onto that second ledge. Now preparing to make the jump down to the third ledge. It's a long lateral jump. And he makes it. Now just the flip. It's a very long jump. Setting it up. Can he get it? Yes, he can! And he'll get past the cliffhanger. Onto the back half of stage 3. Next up, the devilishly difficult vertical limit. Taking a moment to rest. Just a short moment. Preparing his flicking. And he's going through the first ledge. Now for the transition. Can he get it? Yes, he can! And Blasting Duck is only the second person ever to beat the vertical limit. Only 3 obstacles stand between him and the final stage. The jumping bars, he's making them look like a trifle. And he's passed it. Now Truss Junction. If you remember from the previous tournament, the second and fourth trusses will fall when you grab onto them. Handles that first drop. You don't want to be dislodged by those drops. Onto the third truss. This final truss is the shortest and it will drop. Can he hang on? Yes, he can. Only 1 obstacle remaining, assuming he can dismount, which he does. Only the pipe slider stands between Blasting Duck and a chance at the final stage. Hyper Fantasy's reached this point and failed. He came up just short. Can Blasting Duck go 1 step further than Hyper Fantasies could? The finish line is within sight. It's right there. He's just got to hang on down this drop and then make the dismount. And he hangs on! He hangs on where Hyper Fantasies couldn't. And he's just got to build up swing. He's just got to build up swing. That pipe will move back when you swing it. And he makes it! Blasting Duck is the first ever person to make it to the final stage in Judo Ninja Warrior. He is the first person ever to clear the 3rd stage. He stands where no man before him has ever stood. In 4 tournaments, no competitor has ever managed to make it as far as he had. Incredible stuff. In his debut appearance on the course as a rookie to this course, he made it through every obstacle on the 3rd stage without any major mistake. You can clearly see nerves got to him, but he handled them amazingly. I can't believe it. I really can't believe it. This lone man has gone where no other competitor has ever managed to go. And we will see him in the final stage later tonight. Astonishing stuff. As he walks down, the realization of what he's done setting in. I cannot believe it. Blasting Duck, the first ever man to make the final stage.
I'm in all emotions. I don't know how the hell did I fluke the whole stage. Like, I thought I was really gonna fail the cliffhanger, except that I fluked all the way and even past the pipe slider. I'm genuinely super shaky and like almost crying right now.
After that incredible run, we still have 4 more brave competitors who want to take on the 3rd stage and join Blasting Duck in the final stage. First up is his friend Jorma from Australia. You can see Blasting Duck in the background, watching his run. We'll be seeing him in the final stage later, but can Jorma make it 2 for 2 in stage 3? He stares down the 8 obstacles in front of him. He's just seen Blasting Duck clear all of them without fail. Through the rumbling dice, Jorma goes. Just gotta make it to that yellow marker and then you can move on to the curtain cling. Now we saw Blasting Duck breeze through this and Jorma taking much the same approach. Goodness gracious me. Oh, he almost slips off. But he hangs on and immediately onto the floating boards without break. Of course, these two are renowned for being speedrunners. So neither of them are going to want to take too much of a rest break between obstacles. Jorma getting through the ascending portion of the floating boards. And it's only downhill from here in a good way. Swinging back and forth. Preparing to jump to the fourth board, which he does. One more transition left. Does it without swinging. And he's through onto the cliffhanger, no hesitation. Can he get that first transition upwards? Yes, he can. Hangs onto the ledge. Gotta make a lateral jump down, and he does. Just the flip remaining. Can he make it stick? We saw Blasting Duck do it, and Jorma does as well. And Jorma onto the vertical limit. We just saw... No! Unbelievable stuff. Jorma goes out early on the vertical limit. Didn't even manage to warhop twice before losing his grip on that tiny ledge, plummeting into the water. He got the first warhop just fine, but then the second one, his flick was too late, and he falls to his demise.
Yeah, I knew I was gonna fail the warhawk, if not the 5-slider, because the ones I was least confident in. It's a bit late, can't use action keys, so I've got my excuses ready. But yeah, otherwise I felt like I did pretty decent, considering I barely did anything for practice or warm-up, so...
There are 3 competitors remaining. 1 rookie, 2 veterans. They all have one goal, and that's to join Blasting Duck in the final stage of Judah Ninja Warrior 4. Next up to take on the course, the final rookie remaining, Yizan 1. His first time in Judah Ninja Warrior, and his first time in the 3rd stage of Judah Ninja Warrior. As he makes his way up, only one thing is in his sights, and that's the finish platform at the end of this stage. Can Yizan join Blasting, or will he fall in the same way that Jorma did? At the end of the rumbling dice now, onto the curtain cling. Making his way through the obstacle carefully. Bit of a lag spike there, but preparing to transition to that second curtain. Taking a lot more time than we saw Blasting and Jorma. But he's making his way through. Slow and steady. Preparing to get to that 3rd curtain. Can he make the transition? No! Yizan falls! I don't believe it. Yizan comes up early, another victim of the curtain cling, another victim of the obstacle that has claimed so many in its lifespan on this course. Let's take another look at the action replay for this. I want to see this. He goes up real high, preparing to transition to that 3rd curtain. But he just isn't able to grab onto it. We'll see it now. He just isn't able to grab on. 2 remaining. Only 2 left to take on this fearsome stage. We saw Blasting Duck prevail, and 2 others after him fall short. Both of them remaining are veterans of this course. They have been to this stage before. They are 2 of the best. First up, waiting on the start line as we speak, is Zuzi Koden. He's here to get revenge on stage 3. Now in Tournament 3, he went out on the curtain cling, a silly mistake that costed him, otherwise he would have potentially gone much further. The rumbling dice will be familiar to him, and he's easily through it. Gives it one last rumble, now onto the curtain cling. This is the obstacle that took him out in Tournament 3. He's taking it very slow. Oh, grabs onto that second curtain very low down, employing a strategy of slow and steady. And he's onto the 3rd curtain, and he's just got to get around now. He went out in Tournament 3 from being too high. This time he's staying low, flicking his way around, and Zuzi Koden, for the 2nd tournament in a row, goes out on the curtain cling to a tiny slip in judgment. Oh my god. I really thought he'd pass it. In the previous tournament, he was too high. In this one, he just held S a little too long, and you can see he loses his grip on the truss from holding S too long. What an unfortunate fail.
I flicked out too hard and held S too long, so I just went off the truss, and that was very sad. I tried to get farther next tournament.
the last man standing on stage 3, as he was in stage 2, as he was the last man standing in tournament 3 of both stage 2 and stage 3. He's a man who knows the pressure that he faces. He understands the risks. He understands what he must do. It's Cloy. In the last tournament, he finished second best of all 100 competitors, going out on the third obstacle, the floating boards. Of course, this obstacle has been redesigned. We'll see if he'll serve him better or worse for it. Cloy is the last man left who can join Blasting Duck in the final stage. Can he do it? Onto the curtain cling. We just saw this take out Yizan and Zuzikoden back to back. Taking a slow, cautious approach to getting between each curtain. Really doesn't want to make a mistake. Readjusting his points. Doesn't seem very comfortable on this obstacle. Maybe a little nervous. Gets onto the second curtain though. That's important. Now to get onto the third curtain. This is the harder transition. Can he make it stick? Yes. Yes, he can. And he flicks around. Next up, the floating boards, as long as he can dismount. Taking his time for the dismounts, but he makes it. A moment to rest, perhaps. He stares down the obstacle that eliminated him in the previous tournament. Can he do it? Gets onto the first board, and falls off the first board! And Cloy! The same obstacle takes him out for 2 tournaments in a row. In the same way Zuzikoden fell, so does Cloy. Tragedy striking both of them. The obstacles that eliminated them in tournament 3 again here. He just couldn't get around that first board. The final stage, towering above the rest of the course, a climb from the ground to the heavens that separates those from hell to those in heaven. Only one man stands to take it on in this tournament, the first to ever face it. It's the rookie Blasting Duck. He stands at the foot of the tower, 300 studs tall. It starts with the spider climb. You have to wedge yourself between 2 walls and climb upwards as fast as possible. After the spider climb comes the ring climb. A longer obstacle than the spider climb. You have to pull yourself up, ring over ring, navigating your way around. And then finally comes the final rope climb. You have to grab onto the rope, pulling yourself up, hand over hand, and then pulling your body up to follow. Blasting Duck will have only 40 seconds to climb 300 studs and press the buzzer to become the first Grand Champion of Judo Ninja Warrior. We now go to our reporter at the top of the tower, Count Cold Cloud, also known as Vulcan.
Judah, although the cold air pierces my skin a little bit, I mean, the wind's not too strong, it's bearable. And it doesn't deter me from being able to see the 3 grueling stages in which 99 other competitors, 99 of the most skilled hobbyists in this game were felled. Since its creation in 2020, the final stage had consisted of the 250 stud tall combination of the spider climb and rope climb. But now it has evolved to a total height of 300 studs. Now the question of the hour, will Blasting become the first person to achieve Kanzen Seiha here tonight? And if that is the case, Blasting, I'll be waiting for you at the peak of Mount Midoriyama. Judah, back to you.
Thank you, Vulcan. We now go to Blasting Duck as he prepares for his siege on the castle.
I'm very and extremely nervous. I'm I'm insanely worried that I might be able to fail like 4.3 itself, even though like I got everything prepared for it. But at the same time, I might clip farm like the first jump of 4.2. I've been thinking that in my head while I was practicing it. I don't know why. It just felt so bad.
The tower looms above all else. Intimidating, imposing, untouchable. by all competitors. Blasting Duck now has the chance to become a god, to rise above all else, to make it to the top of the tower, to become Grand Champion. He has only one chance, only one moment. In the blink of an eye, we will see if this man can separate himself from the mortal coil. It ends right here, right now. And he's off! Blasting Duck, making his way up the spider climb. A good pace, not getting tripped up at all. And he's already at the top. Less than 10 seconds have gone down as he makes his way up the ring climb. A superb pace. Navigating his way around in a clockwise way. Over 20 seconds left as he approaches the rope climb. How much stamina does he have left? 100 studs separate him from the top of the tower, but the rope climb, it's grueling. It drains your stamina away. Hand over hand he goes, pulling his body up over and over rhythmically in a trance. Amazing speed, amazing speed. Come on, Blasting. Can he make it? 5 seconds left. He's just got to pull himself to the top. Come on, Blasting. Blasting! Blasting Duck! Kazenseiha! He's done it! He reached the top of the tower as time was about to expire with half a second remaining on the clock. Blasting Duck has done it! He's done it! He is a grand champion. He stands above all else. He looks over the course. He looks at what he's accomplished. He is a man above all other men. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. In 40 seconds, he went from just another competitor to a legend on this course. Looking over his accomplishments. Congratulations. You did it. You beat the course.
I really don't know what to say. I was actually crying in the scene here.
You are a grand
Seeing the
champion.
views.
You've done it. You are the first ever victor of this course. How do you feel?
I genuinely am crying right now. Yeah. As soon as I hit the buzzer, all the glory is happening around me.
Incredible, man. I've got no
Like-
words. Incredible.
I really thought I was really gonna fail the rope climb. I timed my keys really well. I never knew I was like not gonna miss it. Like if I made a single mistake there, I knew I would waste like my whole run. Like it'd waste a second if I like mistapped it. But wow, I did not make a single mistake there.
You did
That was a
incredible.
clutch.
That was amazing. Enjoy it. Enjoy every moment of it. You are amazing.
Yep. Yep.
Congratulations. And so ends the tale of this era of Judo Ninja Warrior. In one moment, we saw everything change. Blasting Duck, the first ever man to achieve Kanzen Seiha. Well, it's been a long tournament. It's been a few months of editing. It took me 4 months to get this done. I had so many complications. Life got in the way so many times, you have no idea. I'm so happy to have this out. It's been a journey. And I hope it's a journey that we can continue together as we move forward towards a new era of Judo Ninja Warrior. Of course, next time there will be 100 more competitors, determined to beat the course in the same way as Blasting Duck has. I'd just like to say, there will be a longer list of thank yous at the end of this video, but thank you so much to everyone who came out and took part. Thank you to everyone who came out and showed support. Thank you to all of the talented builders who helped me with creating this course. None of this would have been possible if it wasn't for you guys. None of the nearly 3 hours that you just saw. Well, it's been a good one. I'm out, and I'll see you next time on Judo Ninja Warrior!